Hello, hello. Here I am, finally. It's about time. I apologize for being late to my own show. A little bit of technical difficulties. Like I said, I can test out cameras and microphones and equipment and all of that kind of stuff, and it all will work perfectly fine until you actually try to use it to go live. And then it decides that it doesn't want to cooperate. So I apologize for being 15 minutes late. That's not usually how it works around here, but I've been off for about a month. And in that process, I have changed out a lot of equipment. And like I said, I was testing and everything seems fine. It's not the first time it's done that to me either. So I'm here now. How are you guys? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it so much. I see that you guys have been here and you guys are chatting, and I love that. At least you weren't here by yourself, right? You all had friends there that you could chat with. So I appreciate that. So, we're going to do a couple of things tonight. We're going to possibly do a little live sale. We're going to sell the journal kit for the month of February, which is the blue, what did I call it? French Blue Beauty. So we're going to do that. We're going to chit chat. We're going to catch up for just a few minutes. I am a little discombobulated because for the last 45 minutes, I've just been trying to get stuff to work so I can go live, which is weird because we were just live on Friday. So anyway, staff. Yes, there are new people. Yes. And so let me say welcome to everyone. Welcome to old friends, new friends. Thank you for joining. If anyone needs to ask a question or say something specifically to me or aimed at me, if you could just reserve all caps to catch my attention, that will help me see your comment as you guys are chatting along. And so we're going to do live sale. I will briefly tell you about live sales and the instructions for participating in a live sale. You don't have to participate in a live sale tonight. You can be here and you can chat with your friends and just, look at beautiful things or talk about the things or whatever it is that you want to do. But this is what happens every Tuesday night on my channel. I do a live sale every Tuesday. It usually starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we do sell things from all over the world. I have mostly antique and vintage French things. I do the Italian Florentine paper through the live sales. I do Japanese antique paper, German stuff from Spain we've had before. Occasionally I get stuff from Italy, not very often, but so stuff from all over the world. And the way that I acquire the things, because everyone always asks this, is I have friends who shop the flea markets in France for me. And so they shop, they show me it all. We do video calls, whatever we need to do. And then they ship it over here to me. I have it shipped here to me. And so everything that I'm selling ships from Arizona where I am, which means you guys don't have to pay the international shipping to get it to the US. And while we're talking about international shipping, I do ship worldwide. So wherever you are located, as long as the US mail system will allow me to ship to you, then I ship to those countries. We have buyers in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, all over Europe, basically everywhere. We have some South America customers, just all over the place. And so the things that I'm selling are mostly vintage and antique. The Italian paper is something that is not vintage or antique. It's new, but it's what we need. It's what we need, right? So I try to bring us things here for the live sales that are kind of curated for junk journal makers. It's really for all artists of all different kinds, whether you're a mixed media artist, collage, if you're in making art journals versus, making junk journals, if you're a card crafter, if you just love old paper, if you love old books, all of that kind of thing is great. I have all of those kinds of supplies for those kind of people, but I also sell a lot to people who resell. So, some people, they don't have the hookup to get the stuff from Europe, so they'll buy from me and they'll resell. And so that is totally fine too. I just want to say that you're welcome to resell anything. You're welcome to scan whatever you purchase from me and turn it into a digital and sell that. Once it's yours, it's yours. And what you do with it is your business. And I have had people buy a lot of things and turn them into digitals. Big shops that you guys probably all know about and support have digitals of mine, of things they purchased from me in their shops. Some of the best selling digitals out there for junk journals are actual scans of things that came from me. And so that's kind of the general how it all came to be, how it all works, whatever you want to call that. And so for the instructions, the instructions are really simple. In order to purchase from the live sale, I just need an email from you. And my email address is underneath the blue bar where it says my name down there. And it's also in the description box below the video. And if you don't know where the description box is, it normally says like a little tiny part of a sentence underneath the picture window. And then it says see more. And if you click see more, it opens up the description box. Now that's different depending on whether you're watching on an iPad or you're watching on YouTube or on your TV, so it just depends on where you're watching, where that description box is located or how you get to it. But anyway, the links are in the description box too. And so to purchase, I just need an email from you with your first name, your last name. Tell me who you are on YouTube. That's the most important thing. Is some people have the same first and last name on YouTube as they do in real life. Other people are called a nickname or a group of characters or something. So I need to know who you are, plus how to connect you to what I'm going to see here in YouTube. So first name, last name, YouTube name, and your full shipping address, because I'm going to ship your stuff to whatever address you give me in that email. So in order to purchase, I just need that email from you. You can send the email right now before we even start the live sale. And all that does is make sure that I have it. You don't have to worry about trying to do it quickly as I'm selling things or possibly missing out on something. So if you want to take a moment now, go ahead and send the email. If you don't end up purchasing anything, then you're just registered for next time in case you do. I don't ever share your information or sell your information or do anything with your information. I just use it to register you. And so that's basically that. I do have a cold. I apologize. It's not really a cold so much as just allergies. So back to what I'm saying. The live sale, it's really simple. It happens right here in live chat. So I have two cameras. I will flip one of the cameras to the table and I'll show you the item on the table and describe it, measure it, whatever I need to do to, help you understand what it is. And then I'll give you a price and then I will type it into live chat. So just like I'm typing a comment, I'll type the item into live chat. And when the item goes into live chat, it'll have the word go. It'll say what it is and a price and the word go. I won't type into live chat except for to put items in. And my stuff in live chat will be highlighted in yellow. So you'll see it. It'll be highlighted in yellow and it'll have the word go. As soon as you see that post from me, that comment from me with the word go, that's when you want to say me. And while I have a lot of things, I often don't have enough things to go around. And I don't know how tonight is going to go. We're just going to give it a try and see. Because we do have increased traffic. So we'll see how that part of it works. But so once you see the word go, you're going to type in, if you want one, you just type in ME, the word me. And that lets me know that you are committing to buy that item. If it is a multiple choice like A, B, or C, then you're just going to say A, B, or C, or A and B, or A times 2 and B times 4. It's up to you how you want to do it. You just need to communicate to me what you want in your comment. So everything happens right there in live chat. As we move through the sale tonight, for any new person, if you have a question, you can... Cutting in and out. Okay, let me check that. Can you guys hear me? So everything is okay on my side. It may just be internet. I'll try to stand still. But so as I was explaining, as we move through a couple of items, you'll see how the sale works. And then from there, it'll make a lot more sense. After the sale, I send your invoice for your purchases to your email address. That's why I need your email so that I can send your invoice there. So just understand that invoices go to your email inbox, and that's where you need to look for it. When I send your invoice to you, you can pay it with any major payment option that you normally like order a pizza with or whatever. I basically take them all. So there's, nothing you need to worry about as far as that goes. So you're going to get your invoice, you're going to pay your invoice, and then after you pay your invoice, your stuff is shipped to you. You will be emailed a tracking number prior to your payment. And that's because I've already packed your stuff and it's already ready to go. So everything you buy tonight will ship together in one package and one shipping charge. I usually use Pirate Ship. It gives a discount on the shipping. And so we do have a lot of people. I don't know, how it's going to play out necessarily. It should be fine. I have a lot of stuff, as you guys can see behind me. So sorry, it's really hard to start a live sale when your tech won't work. And it kind of throws everything off. So it'll take me a minute to settle down. And once we get rolling through it, it'll be fine. Bear with me. And I do want to say again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you to all the new people, the old friends, new friends. I appreciate it. So once you get your invoice, that's when the invoice is due. I will say that it usually takes me several days to invoice. So if today's Tuesday, you'll probably get an invoice by Friday. Sometimes it takes through the weekend. Sometimes it takes into the next week. It depends on how much stuff is sold, how many, things have to be pre-packed and all that kind of stuff. So you'll have a few days at least before you get your invoice. But then once you get your invoice, it's due. Now that doesn't mean, that it's going to be a problem if it's a couple days late. Let me see what that is quickly. Sorry. I have a moderator who is in a different location, so I have to monitor that too. So as we move through the sale, it'll make a lot more sense. There's a lot of regulars here, if I can call you guys regulars. It doesn't sound the nicest. There's a lot of regulars here, so that part, just it's kind of like follow the leader. They'll show you what to do. They're also answering questions I see, and so thank you guys for being kind and answering questions. Thank you guys for being so kind and welcoming all the new people. I do have an awesome community of extremely nice people, and they are the best group of people. They all like junk journaling. They're all into this kind of stuff. So again, even if you are not here to shop, not a big deal. Like I said, it's fun to learn about the antique things. It's interesting to see what is available and give you ideas of how to use certain things that you may already have. So it's not just about the selling. It's about the chatting, the hanging out, watching some really awesome things that maybe you didn't see before, maybe learning, hey, I had that, but I didn't know how to use it. So all those kind of things happen too. Thank you so much for sending the emails. And they're not too competitive. That's funny. They are very nice. They really are. So, yes, you can pay with anything. The only thing is I don't take PayPal. However, PayPal, you usually would link to a bank or a credit card or, debit card or something like that. So I take all of the normal payment options, plus there's Cash App and a couple of other ones that it's enabled for. So all different kinds of payment options. Basically, if you can order a pizza, you can shop. That's kind of the simplest way of saying it. Okay. And if you guys are having tech issues, if I'm still sounding weird or you get a big delay or something like that, the best thing to do is to go out of the video and then come back in the video. And that usually is kind of like a refresh, and it fixes most problems unless the problem is on my side. And like I said, I have monitoring things for me on the back end, and I can see how things are running here for the most part. So if you guys have any questions, ask now. Ask now so I can see it. Awesome, Gail. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for your support on the 365 videos. My goodness, thank you so much. I have loved making them. I have had so much fun crafting, and it's just like the happiest part of my day. I get to sit down, I get to make something. Even when I'm really stressed out and I really don't have time to make a video, I go in here and it is just so much fun to sit down, even for 15-20 minutes, which it always ends up being longer than that because, you know, you got to upload it to YouTube and make the thumbnail and all the things, right? But the little bit of crafting time every day has been so good. I have loved every second of it. So it is going to continue the whole rest of 2025 at least. And we're just going to continue making whatever comes to my mind that day. I don't have it written down. There's no list. It's literally what comes to mind that day, and that's what we do. So maybe next year I'll have this whole pre-planned out list. But for now, we're just crafting and making fun stuff. So I am streaming through a stream software. Thank you, Ria. I'm streaming through a stream software. So what that means is, in order to stream this to multiple destinations and do all the behind the scenes things that need to happen, I need to stream through a third party, which means I am seeing your comments be pulled over from YouTube and put into my computer in the actual correct time-stamped order. So you guys are in YouTube, and your YouTube is going to show the comments in a different order than it actually is. So for instance, Christelle's going to see her comments in a different order than Ria's going to see her comments. And then Jerry's going to see her comments in a different order. So on your guys' end in YouTube, you can't tell who's first. You can't tell who's last. They just kind of pile all the comments and then quickly, you know, put them on your device. But in my software on this side, it arranges your comments exactly in the order that it comes in. So when I call out the purchases in the order that I get the comments in, that's the correct order from timestamp after timestamp. So if you see on your device that you were first and I call you 18th, don't be stressed out about it. It just means in the timestamp order of comments, you were number 18. And so if you ever have a question, sometimes software doesn't play nice together and it'll skip you. So if you ever have a question, just say something, speak up, and then I will double check it and make sure that it didn't, you know, skip you. It does from time to time. I'm trying to catch up with your comments. The other thing is my eyes do not want to work today. They're super, super dry, which I don't understand how you can have a stuffy-ish runny nose and dry eyes at the same time. That doesn't really make sense to me. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have the journal kit. Before I flip the camera down, I'm going to talk about the journal kit for just a second. The journal kit is here. It will be shipped this time with all of your stuff. So you will get the journal kit. If you purchase the journal kit, you will get the journal kit before the 1st. That's the goal, right? Because I can't control USPS, but I'm going to ship it in plenty of time. It should get to you before the 1st. We're going to start working on this journal kit. If you choose to play along, you buy the kit. We start making the journal kit the first Friday in February, and we make it the whole month of February. And then around February 15th, there will be a new physical journal kit that comes out, and that will be the kit that we make in March. So when I'm selling it in the mid-month like this, it's for the month ahead so that I have time to make them all, get them all packed, and get them all shipped to you guys. Kits can be purchased by themselves. You don't have to purchase anything else. If you want a kit, just get a kit. If you do purchase other things, I can most likely ship your kit with that other item that you purchase to save on shipping costs, so you don't have to pay shipping on each one. But if for some reason it can't, or you know, would rather split it up or something, then I can do that too. But if you purchase other things, it will normally ship with it, which is again why I'm doing it middle of the month, so that we have time to get all that done and get it shipped to you and delivered to you so that we all can start it together. That being said, the Craft with Me's on Fridays will be free junk journaling classes. It's going to show you how to construct the journal, meaning the cover, sewing in the signature, assembling a signature, making all the pockets and tucks, and making all the tags and journal cards. And at the end of the month, you will have a finished journal, as long as you make the journal. There's some times where if something happens, we might go over, but my plan is to have one journal per month be done. And each month the theme changes. So like this month, it is the French Blue Beauty. Next month, it will be a different theme. We might do different styles of journals. I'm hoping to do different styles. I just don't know how you guys will feel about what I want to make, but in general, they're beautiful kits that appeal to pretty much a broad audience. That's the goal. So that's what we're doing about kits. You claim right in live chat. I'm going to put in a test go. So I'm going to let everyone test this out and see exactly how it's going to work. So I'm going to put in a practice round go right now. And so this is kind of hard because my keyboard is super close to my face. You guys get a little up close and personal. So this one is, it's a practice round. So when you see me type this in, when you see this go into live chat, this is exactly what it's going to look like when I type an item in. And so when you see this, you want to type in me as fast as you can. You're not actually buying anything. It's just practice, but it's so that everyone can see how it works. So I'm putting it in right now. Putting it in right now. And that's what it's going to look like when I have allergies. I'm so sorry. That's what it's going to look like when I put an item in for sale. Probably not quite that bad, but that's kind of how it looks. So this is practice. This is just showing you, see up there where my comment is highlighted. And most of the time I will click it on the screen. So you'll see it go like, I'm looking for it. I can't even find my own comment. So here's my comment. So most of the time I'll click it up on the screen so you guys can see the price, just in case you didn't hear me. And then from there, I will walk through who was first and who was second and who was third and stuff like this. I won't always put them on the screen. I probably will not put them on the screen, but I'm just saying, like, this is basically how it works. Okay. So that was practice. That's how the sale is going to happen tonight. It's very simple. And if you ever have question, if you type it in all caps, either I or someone in chat will help you. If I don't see it, and sometimes before I can get to it, other people who know the answer you, and totally fine. I appreciate all the help I can get. There will be a moderator who will be here on camera and in voice with me eventually. We're working on all of that stuff because I also have a new studio. So we're trying to get all of that stuff situated. I was really hoping to accomplish more over Christmas break, but we didn't. So this is where we're at right now. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's multiple choice, but it'll be clear on the table. But anyway, we're just going to do it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be relaxed about it. And, you know, next Tuesday, we'll be back and we'll sell different things. I never, like every Tuesday, it's different items. It's different stuff. So just so you know, if you are here tonight and you don't see anything that you want, next Tuesday and every Tuesday after that, it's different stuff. I have stuff that arrives all the time from France and other places. So the stuff, you know, is rotating through constantly. I have far more than I can ever get into Etsy. It just takes so long to list Etsy listings. So anyway, we're going to do it this way. You send your email from your email, like on your phone or Gmail or wherever you get email from. And the email address is right. Let me see if I can do this. It's right here, right here. My email address is right there, and it's also in the description box, but it's easier pretty much if you can do it there. And then I'll post it up here too. So I'm going to roll through these just quickly. So there we go. I'm going to leave that for just a second. Then we're going to get started because I've already chit-chatted long enough. Way longer than I thought. I thought I was going to be like done in 15 minutes. We're just going to have to see how tonight works because it's going to be interesting. Okay, so I do have a little bit of a delay. I was waiting to see how long it takes me here to type in that banner or to put in that banner and then to see it up there. So there's my email address. You must. That's not exactly worded the most kind. It limits me on characters. Just know that. So anyway, there's my email address again. There's super basic how to do it kind of thing. We're going to roll through the sale tonight. If you haven't sent your information over, please do not put in a me because I need the email from you before you put in a me, before you claim something. And if you're not sure if there's something that you want, and then I show something, you're not going to have time to go send that email before I'm going to sell it and people are going to claim it. So I'm just saying that now. If you think you might want to buy something, even if you don't end up buying anything, no harm, no foul, right? Go ahead and send that email now before we get started. That way you don't miss out on something or however that happens tonight. I'm just trying to get that in there because it's really hard when you're in a live sale to like go out, send an email, and then come back and then not have the item be sold already. Okay, so that is a gigantic blue banner. I'll roll through these other ones really quickly. It's very, very simple. Okay, so this is how that works. I'm basically just trying to time it up there and see. Let me make sure that the screen is on live. It's not. So the other thing is make sure that you're all the way on live. There we go. I was wondering why it was like a 10-second delay. Good. And then this one is the rest of that information. Just making sure everything's working okay up there. Okay. And then this is the last piece of that. So tracking is emailed to you as well. So after you purchase, I send the email. You pay the invoice in the email, then I send your tracking information. Usually your tracking information is sent at the same time your invoice is. But anyway, it'll be in your email. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. And if you ever need that email, if you didn't send it now, my email address is also in that description box. And it's easier to kind of copy and paste it from the description box, in my opinion. The only thing that kind of hangs people up is in my email. It's called inked paper art, the number 1 at Gmail. So a lot of people miss the number 1. Putting them on screen, I thought maybe it might be useful tonight. So we're going to do it. We're going to get started. All the me's just a test. Yeah. Thank goodness it was just a test. That would be a lot of me's. Goodness. Still can't get your email in. So whatever email program you use, like if you get email on your phone, just go to that email and send me an email. Okay. Please wait. We'll have a few minutes. I'll show something and it'll take a little bit of time. So, I have a variety of things tonight. I have books because there's a lot of people who don't have rag paper books or antique books or whatever. So I have books from the 1700s tonight. So they're all of my books for the most part. There's a couple rare, like there's a rare German book here or there. There's not very many German font or text books, but there are all of my books pretty much. Oh my gosh. See, most of my books are antique French books. Tonight we have books from the 1700s, meaning they were printed in the 1700s in France. The other part of my books tonight are from the 1800s, also printed in France, which means their text is in French. All of them, for the most part, have rag paper. If there's not a rag paper one, I will tell you that it's not rag paper. I do have things from other countries. When When I put something on the table, I do my best to tell you where it's from and whatever history I know about it. So I do try to give you guys all the information. We have books, we have documents, we have legal documents, we have books full of fabulous French calligraphy, we have ledgers, French ledgers to go through. You can buy the ledgers whole tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do pages tonight, but we'll see where we get with that. I have all kinds of other small things from France. There's tags from France, like shipping tags. I don't know what else there is, but there's a whole lot of papers behind me and books full of handwriting, calligraphy handwriting. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have some people that are gonna lag. We're gonna have some people that it's just going to be a little bit of a rough experience for some people until they get the hang of it. And so if you guys, if you want to help out in chat, more power to you, but I'm not going to be able to stop and do all of the things all of the time tonight. So just know, if you're having a hard time tonight, don't give up, don't get frustrated. Reach out in chat by sending a message in all caps asking for help. Let them know what you need help with and someone will answer you. Everything ships from Arizona. I said that earlier. I will say it again. Everything ships from Arizona. So I'm Arizona Mountain Standard Time. It is 4:43 right now. We're going to get started. I'm going to flip the camera down. I think I'm going to flip the camera down. We're going to try. There's the desk. That worked. Okay. And so let's go right there. All right. I turn my monitor so I can kind of pay attention to chat. And we're going to do it. It is in the description box below and you can copy and paste it. Okay. Let's get started. I kind of feel like we should just do the kit just to get the kit done. I kind of feel like we should just do the kit to get the kit done. Let's just do the kit first and we'll get it done. Or should I do something else so that... Yes, kit, I know. Okay, we're going to do one other item first just to make sure everybody gets it to see it happen before we do the kit, because I don't know if the kit's going to sell out right here, right now, tonight or not, but I am a little concerned about it. So let's try one thing first just to make sure everybody sees how it all works one more time, and then we will do the kit immediately following that. Okay. First things first, I have these. I forgot my camera was also very, very low. These are French antique newspapers. They are from the year 1890. You can see that. I'm going to remove this banner. No, I'm going to leave the banner up. So they're from 1890. They're dated right up there in the top corner. They're just French newspapers, but they're over 100 years old. They're 135 years old. They have color covers. So let me turn on my light over here. Sorry, I did forget to do that. That might help us a little bit. There we go. Okay. So they have color covers. They're kind of like humorous little covers, but inside they have all of this gorgeousness for collage. It's all in French. They've got lovely titles, lovely little sections, all this numbers over here. And then on the back, we've got advertising. So lots and lots of advertising. And all the advertising that I saw was different. And this really is printed backwards. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but this really is printed backwards. And this printing, because it is from 1890, is printed on a printing press with steel letters. And you can feel the text is impressed into the paper. So that's kind of nice. So what I would do with this is I would scan the ads. Then I would use the originals in collage or gluing them down or something. But they're gorgeous. It's kind of rare that we have, and they're massive. I don't know if you guys can see, but here's half of it. Here's half of it. I can't get it in the camera. It's too big. Here's half of it, and I'll measure it too. But they're really cute covers, and I think we could scan and use, like, you know, not necessarily this guy dying down here, but the rest of it's kind of cute. So I'm going to flip through a couple of them just so that you guys can see what they kind of look like. I have a pile of them. So we've got this heading up here at the top. They're all dated. This one is 1888. And then this is the advertisements for this one. So see, they have nice advertisements. So there's that. And these are all scannable. Okay, they're 1890s, definitely scannable. Here's whatever is happening here. You got to remember, in France in 1890s, revolution was happening. So lots of things going on around that time frame. Here's more advertising, and here's another one. So lots of political humor here. And then inside you've got an occasional little picture or something. More ads down here in this bottom corner. They're just antique newspapers, and the ads, I think, are the best part of them, but you know, you guys can tell me. And then I do want to show you too. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. But it looks like this DuPont ad is pretty prominent. There's collars, there's sewing things. This is for sewing like stockings or something. I'm not sure, but there's all kinds of information. There's numbers in here. So usable, yes. Scannable, absolutely. I have a pile of them. Every one of them is different, as you guys can see. Let me measure quickly just so we know what we're talking about here. And so I'm going to measure it in half because it's folded like this. We're going to have to measure from the right side. Oh my gosh. I'm new to this. I've been on vacation too long. They're a little over 19 inches by about 13 and a half. That's folded in half. So 19 by 13 and a half times 2 is what you're getting there. They're very cute. Very cute. And there's just a big pile of them. All different. And so if there's any that are really ratty or torn up, then obviously I don't ship those. I go with the best ones first, and, you know, that kind of a thing. But I have a pile. So we're going to put these in. They'll be the first thing that we do. Okay. Here's the very first item. I'm going to type it in. These are French newspapers. We're going to just go simple tonight. And we're going to do them for $6 each. There's the go. It's going in right now. So if you want one, just say me and how many. And it's French newspaper, $6. There's the go. And I'm trying to catch it. There it is. And so for these, you can have as many as you want. I do have a pile of them. Let me get a pen and my list. And so how this works, if you're new, you just purchase whatever it is that interests you. At the end of the sale, I put all of your items together, send your invoice to you, and then I pack and ship all your items together. Okay, here we go. So, I see some questions. Thank you guys for helping out. Okay. First person in I see saying yes is Wendy K. Hello, Wendy. Wendy. And she would like one. Jody Martin would like one. Melissa would like one. Thank you guys. Polka Dot would like one. And Jenny would like one. Hello, guys. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining. Goodness. Thank you. And then there's Jody. Jody, Govig, Crafting with Purpose. Crafting with Purpose. Thank you guys. Deborah Wilson, thank you. And Softball Susie's. So this just does take a minute. So we'll see how we go with doing it this way. Softball Susie's, and then I see Sydney with like 3 of them. Thank you. Alice would like one. Thank you, Alice. And Diana C. I better write your whole last name just to make sure. Misty Elliott. Thank you. And then we have Inga. Thank you. And Diana B. And Leslie B. Thank you. And Marcella, thank you. And I see Me C. Wendy Keller, I got you. And then I'm going to keep this list going. We've got Cynthia, and her last name is Cervantes. And then we've got Jody Martin, Mary Harris. Thank you guys so much. Mary Harris. So this is the same way it's going to work when I put the kit up. Mary Harris and Jody. I think we got Jody. Julie is next. Julie Houston. And Cheryl M. And Jenny, we got you. And Sherry Humphreys. Crafting with Purpose. Did I already write you down? Yes, I did. Crafting with Purpose would like 3 times 3. If you want, and when you came in again, all of you people who came in again, if you wanted an additional one, let me know, please. Hello, Linda. Angela Edwards would like 2. We're just finishing this list up. I'm getting to the bottom. And hello and welcome, Jasmine. Yep, if your name is before the go, you have to put it in again under the go. And I know it's hard to know exactly, when that go is going to hit your device. I see Debbie Berry down there. Debbie Berry. There are 2 different Jodys. I got Jody Martin. Is there a different Jody? Hold on. Hold. Jody, yes. Jody Martin and Jody Govig. Yes. Stitch It Pam did not get you. Stitch It Pam. Thank you. I'm getting to the kit right now. It's next. And I see Jessica McDowell. Okay, so because there are so many people here tonight, I'm going to make the list with every single name on it. However, I'm going to fill the orders from the top down to the bottom with whoever came in first. I probably have enough or nearly enough of these newspapers to do everyone who came in. But if you do not see your newspaper on your invoice, or any other item for that matter, it is because I ran out before I got to you. I do have a pile, so we will probably be okay, but we're going to keep going and see how it goes. I wrote down all of those names. Oh, Mrs. E, I just saw you. Mrs. E. Did I miss anybody else? I think we got it. We did. Okay, we're moving on. The kit is next. I do not have millions of kits, so I'm just going to say that. I have what I thought was enough, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, the kit. Here's the kit. So let me remove this. And there we go. And I just saw Sandra. I'm going to try to catch these ones here at the end. And like I said, if it's not on your invoice, just know that I filled it from the top, the first person in, to the bottom, to the last person. Okay. And these. And okay, we got that. Moving on to the kit now. So here's how the kit works. I'm going to show you the kit. I'm going to tell you the price of the kit. Most of you guys probably already know the price of the kit because it's been about the same forever. After I put it in, I'm going to start at the top after the go and work my way down to the bottom. If the kit should sell out tonight, then that is all of the kit that I'm going to have for this month. I don't know if it will, but I'm just saying. Then I will have another kit next month. So let's just do it and we'll see how it goes. We got a whole lot of glare, so I'm going to take it out of the package. But this is basically kind of what we're looking at for the kit. It'll come to you looking very similar to this. Okay. And for everyone who just claimed an item, make sure that you did send your information over to me. So the lighting is kind of washing it out a little bit. I will do my best to adjust for that. So here's kind of colors of things. Here's a close-up view of it. You can see we've got lace, we've got fabric, we've got antique ephemera, we've got all kinds of things. I'll go through and show you. The first thing is everyone gets an antique French postcard of some sort. There's children and women in this series. Most of them are written on the back. These are original antique postcards. This one is from 19 something, 1918, 1917. And so all of them, they have some kind of image on the front that is either a woman or a child or children. So that's the postcard. And then you get an antique letter or vintage letter. This is 1955. This one is 1955. It's an airmail letter from France, and it has its original envelope, and inside it actually has its original letter. Some of the letters are like 4 pages. Some of the letters are 1 page. This one happens to be 2 pages. This is all written in French. So you get the original letter and the envelope. You can scan. This is handwritten, so you can scan. And then you can use the envelope as a pocket in your journal, or just clip it in as ephemera, or collage with the paper, or there's all different kinds of things. There's a liner in this envelope, so I'll put this back in later when I can fuss with it. And so the next thing we have is we have the laces. And so you get, this is a 12-inch, it's slightly over 12 inches piece of gorgeous beaded, it's like a tea dye color. It's not white. It is definitely a tea dye. Trying to catch it with the light, but it's beaded, tea dyed vintage color, and it's really nice and large. I'm going to use mine probably down the spine of my journal, but I gave you a big piece so that you can play with it. So it's about 13 inches. Then you've got this piece. This is an antique gold piece of lace. It's not actually antique. It's just the antique gold color, but it's beautiful. So I like the fact that you've got something light and something dark, you know, kind of going together. The light is really washing it out right now. I'll kind of talk more about this fabric. This fabric is super silky. It's kind of got like a velour texture to it. This is what I'm going to put on the cover of my journal. And so then I'll have something like this going down the spine, where some parts of it wrap over to the front, some parts of it wrap over to the back. I might turn it around and do it the other way. This piece of gold lace will more than likely go at the bottom of pages. So we're going with this very icy light blue color. This is almost a silver, but it is blue, kind of a color fabric, and it's already cut to size. I will say that everything in here, for the most part, could be made into a tall narrow journal or the standard 6x9 journal. So I gave you a big enough piece of fabric to do, and lace, to do whatever you wanted to do there. So there's that for fabric and for lace. Then we have a couple little pieces of vintage ephemera, a music card, and, you know, one of these number cards. This is a page of French handwriting. So everyone gets some French handwriting to play with. You can scan it, or you can, you know, collage or use the original. Then we go to the rag paper section. Everyone gets folios of rag paper to sew into the signature of your journal, or to collage with, or to make the pockets like I made this morning in the video from this morning. And then you've got 4 in differing sizes and in differing colors of rag paper. And that's kind of important to me, because as I do these journals, when I put the rag paper in, I like it to kind of cascade in size. So you've got some Antique French dictionary here, and this is Antique French dictionary here. This one is super old. It's from 16s or early 17s. I don't remember which exact date, but very old on this one. And this one is right about 1800. Beautiful rag papers. So you got 4 folios. Everyone got a folio. This is not a folio, but everyone got a folio from the Florilegium book, so that you have some botanicals, or you could use the folio in your journal. Yours will come together for the most part, but there's those. And then some music page in case you didn't have any and you wanted music page to decorate or to put the paper in your journal as a page. Then we move to the little bits of ephemera to play with. There's a blue index card. We could copy dye this, but it's just a nice piece of easy journal card to make, you know, collage on it or something. And then there's these 2 blue tags. They're blue in color. So more fun little bits to play with in that blue color family. Then you get all of these different size tags, and they all have, you know, the nice hole reinforcers at the top. I'll probably just stamp on this and tuck it in the journal, but cute little pieces of stuff to play with. This is a coin envelope. Like, I know we just learned how to make them, but this is a coin envelope. You don't have to make yourself. You can just collage on it or copy dye it or whatever and use it. This glassine bag, it's a true glassine bag, to where you can see what you put down inside of it. And so I'm probably going to sew this into the signature, or it can go on a page, I guess. But there's that. We got a big envelope, and I'll probably fold this up and make pockets, or I'll make it go around a page. Different things we can do with envelopes. So that was like the newer junk journal supply kind of area. This is a super nice large paper lace doily. If you're making the tall skinny journal out of this kit, your doily can go like this. If you're making a regular thing, you can fold it into an envelope or fold it up as a pocket. You could glue it down to cardstock and then make it into a pocket or a page. Anyway, it's a nice paper doily to play with. Everyone got a nice large one of these sacks. So if you notice, all the colors are neutrals plus blue. I really like playing with neutrals and just adding one color into it. So that's why this is in here. And I thought also this could go on the inside of your cover of your journal, depending on how you wanted it to look. But it's just something fun to play with. You can make it into pages. If you're doing tall skinny, you can make it into pages. If you're doing regular 9x6, you can make it into pages. And then I've done it before where I added a whole bunch of pockets out here. So there's different things you can do with it. Plus, it has all ads on it, so that's cool. We get into the printed section. So remember the thing I just did with the coin envelopes. This is the digital of those French letter fronts. So these are actual antique letters, these ones. And I will be selling these tonight, but these are actual antique blue letters, and I've scanned some fronts of them so that we have those to play with. So everyone gets the digital of that. I mean, the printed digital of that. And I also gave you the backs. The reason why I gave you the backs is because there's a project I'm going to make where we're going to want the front and the back. And they are the exact corresponding front and backs. So this letter here, this is its back. So we can assemble them back together, basically. So there's those 2. And then this is what these letters look like inside. This is one of the French blue invoices. And this is a scan of an original one. It's dated 1864. on that one. So you can use it as a page. You can print whatever digital kit you're using on the back if you want. You could coffee dye or something like that. Everyone got a full borderless print. All of my stuff is borderless except for like the cutouts. The cutouts are printed on a laser printer. So then you get this one. This is beautiful, and it's in mostly neutrals with that blue that I'm playing with in this kit. And then this is printed on blue paper. It is an antique French handwritten page, and I've just printed it out on the blue paper. So again, that can go in the signature. You get a couple pieces of copy dyed paper. Just some people don't have copy dyed paper. Some people don't want to copy dye their paper. So you get a couple of those to put in the signature. This I'm going to use, it's a printed piece of cardstock. It's one of my digitals printed on cardstock. And this is probably the inside cover of my journal. We'll see that again later. If you're not using it that way, then you could cut it into tags. You could do whatever you wanted. You get a regular piece of ivory cardstock, and that's if you don't have any cardstock, so that you can make tags or whatever you need to do out of cardstock, pockets, etc. And then this is the journal base. This is a 9x12 sheet of super thick cardstock, and that's what I'm going to construct my journal on. So everyone gets everything to make the journal cover, and then pages and stuff to play with inside. And then this is the quarter sheet of Italian paper in that lovely French blue and antique scroll. I'll try not to hold it so close. French blue and antique scroll, and this is a quarter sheet of the Italian Florentine paper. And then you get an antique French ledger page. This one is kind of big, so it needs to go in like this. But most of them are full of handwriting. Some of them, very few of them, have handwriting to about half. Some of them have a blank backside, and some of them are full of handwriting. These pages are big, so you're going to be able to, the reason why I chose this ledger out of the hundreds of French ledgers, but the reason why I chose this one is because if you're making the tall, skinny journal and you fold your page in half, this line right here is about exactly half. And even if you're not doing the tall, skinny, again, if you folded it in half and sewed your signature in here, you're going to end up with two lovely pages with the lovely French header at the top. Then if you're sewing it into like a 9x6 journal, you're going to actually have 2 pages out of this 1 page of ledger page. So that means you have another page you can put in your journal, or you can make tags with it or something like that, such as like glue this to that cardstock sheet I gave you, and then you have a base of ledger for tags. So that's the kit as it stands right now. I usually add other things to the kit. I have not built them yet. Everything is there. Being ready to build. I just think I want to take another second to see what else I have to go in this kit. So basically my cover will have this, and I'll show you how to make this work. This on the inside, and that lovely blue blue fabric on the outside with all the lacy goodness. So I think you can see it's a very elegant vintage antique themed journal kit. So I'm going to leave this here for just a second. I don't quite know where to leave it, but I'm going to leave this here for just a second. So you're getting printed stuff, but you notice that there is not a printed digital kit. There is not like there's digitals, but there's not like, you know, a kit where you have 10 or 12 pages. The reason being is every single one of you is going to want to make this journal into a different theme. You're going to want to tailor it to what you like. And if I just gave you one kit, to print the number of kits in 12 pages, front and back, you know, borderless printed, it would take me at least a week, probably. The other part of it is only some of you guys would want to use those pages in this journal. The other part of you guys would want to use some other kit that you like, right? So I don't include the digital kit that is printed in here. You get everything I'm showing you, but there's not pages. So you're going to need to either print a kit you already have, purchase a kit and print a kit. There's plenty of sellers on Etsy that have kits available that you can choose which one you like to go with this color theme. Worst case scenario is you build a kit with other papers that you have. My journals that I'm going to build are going to be heavily full of antique documents. That's the style that I want to build. So I'm going to be adding antique documents and the pages that are here. So that's kind of where I'm at with the kit. I probably we'll probably add something else to it before I pack it up and say it's done. But there is quite a bit of fun, you know, antique stuff here to play with. So let me go ahead and get this kit. Let me get this kit typed in. We've got little bits falling everywhere. I ship to Canada. I ship worldwide. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to type this kit in. I will tell you guys when it's going in. And if you are new here, please do not claim a kit unless you have sent your information to me. So that way I make sure when people claim that they actually get their invoice emailed to them so they can pay for it, so they actually get a kit, okay? These kits are shipping now. They're shipping now. And we're going to build these journals together if you want to in the month of February, and we're going to do it live on Friday night, but those videos will stay up on my channel. So if you miss a Friday night craft with me, the live will stay up so that you can watch it on your own timetable at your convenience. The videos will stay on my channel so that you guys can, you know, watch if you have to do something. You know, sometimes people have plans, whatever, you know. So the video stuff will stay there for forever. So you can build the kit or build the journal at any point in time. All right, I'm typing it in. We're going to call this the, oh my gosh. I'm just going to call this French Blue Beauty. I'm trying to check on chat. French Blue Beauty kit. The kit is $65. That is pretty much the standard price that I've done kits for. Even though I did include a lot more expensive laces and fabrics and things like that. So we're going to do them for $65. When they are sold out, they are sold out for the most part. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I know some of the things are limited supply, so I can't necessarily go back and do it again. We'll see, but okay, I'm typing it in now. So it's going to go in. If you come in before the go, I'm not going to be able to call your name. I'm only going to call names after the go. There it goes. It's in. And maybe it won't sell out. Who knows? Okay, so let me go find it because it went so fast. I can't even find where it is. There it is. Okay, there's the kit. Okay, so I see Rhea would like a kit. And I see Karen SH. She's proxying for Karen. So if you want a proxy, you can ask people in chat and they will proxy for you if you have slower internet or are just worried you're going to miss out. Next, I see Polka Dot. Polka Dot. And then we have Mrs. E and Melissa. Thank you, thank you. Pam Green, thank you. Brenda, thank you. And then after Brenda, I have Tisha or Tisha. Thank you. Then I have Cindy SH, Teresa Powell, Karen Kellogg. Hello and welcome. Thank you. And Sydney. Thank you. Maria C. Hello and welcome. Thank you. Helen. And Shelly. Thank you guys. And Lori H. Okay, Lori H. and Jennifer Miller. And after Jennifer, I have Catherine Reed. And after Catherine, I need to make another page. Catherine, and then Misty Elliott. And Christelle. Thank you guys. We got one for Karen SH. Thank you for proxying, guys. That's super nice of you. Wendy Anderson. Thank you. Mrs. E, we got you. Kendall, I wondered. I was saving you one, honey, because I didn't know. Kendall loves blue paper. So I figured Kendall would want this kit. And she usually has to work because Kendall's in California. And so it's still like work time for her. Thank you, Kendall. And Cheryl, thank you. And Anne, thank you so much and welcome. Diana B, thank you. And then SOL Soldier Mom. Oh, I get it now. Soldier Mom. Hello and thank you. And Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Bonita Voss. Thank you. And Sherry. Thank you. And I'm going to count here. I think we're okay, but Sherry. And then I see Black Whisper. And this is why I say, tell me who you are on YouTube and what your real name is. Okay, so we've got Black Whisper, and then I see Terry Brown. Gonna have to count. Okay, let me count quick. 1, 2. Okay, so at Terry Brown, we're good. And then Ruth Clay, thank you. Bo S, thank you. Cynthia, thank you. Hello and welcome, all you new friends. And then I see Summer Rocks. Thank you. Janice. Thank you. Marcella. Thank you. And then Barbara. Thank you. Thank you. Third page. And Softball Susie. That's a fun name. Thank you. And then Me C. Did I already get Me C? No. Me C must have been last time. Me C. Thank you. Marcella, we got you. Thank you. And then Marlene Long. Karen L. Debbie Berry. Marcella, Tara. Sherry Martin. I think I got Sherry Martin, didn't I? Let me check quick. Nope, it was Sherry Humphreys. Sherry Martin. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And then we have Cheryl Walbeck. Summer Rocks, we've got you. That was super nice of you guys to proxy. Thank you. Wendy Anderson. I don't know if I did or didn't. I'm going to write you down. Yes, I did. You're third. I got you. Okay. Catherine Reed. Did I miss you? I thought I got you. I did get you, Catherine. Yep, you're here. I've got your name written down. Thank you guys for helping out. Thank you. Shipping is separate for the kit price. Yes, it's separate. So it depends on whether or not you combine your kit with other items or if your kit is shipping by itself. It just depends, whatever shipping costs is usually what you get charged. Soldier Mom, I do have you on the list. Thank you. And then I see, is it Maricar? Maricar? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I wrote you down on the list. Thank you so much. Please make sure you guys all send me an email. She is my mom. Okay, I think I have them all. Debbie Berry, let me make sure you're on the list, Debbie Berry. Thank you guys. And you did get called. You just got called at the end when I saw your comment, Mary Carr. Okay, I think I have them all. I think. Uh-oh, I didn't. Sandra Devon. Mary Carr, I've got you. And I got Sandra Devon now. Okay, I think we're good, guys. Let me count these quick because I think we have enough for everyone because I kind of had an idea. So I did try to make a lot of them. I actually have a few left, so it's not too late. A few left, guys. Anybody want one? Speak now or forever hold your peace, and we will move on to some other kind of exciting item to play with. Okay, I see coming in at the end there. Wannabe wants one. Wannabe. I don't remember who Wannabe is. Christy Bentley, I see you. Christy Bentley. Let me pull up here. Christy Bentley, I have one, and Wannabe, I have one, and Lisa Maria. I always mess that up. Lisa Maria. Yes. Okay. Sherry Humphreys, I've got you. Thank you. You cannot add from Etsy to this order. It's just not possible. Usually when I was slower, I could do it, but at this point, I just can't. I can't do that kind of thing. It really messes with Etsy and the way that Etsy does shipping and all of that kind of stuff. So I can't combine the two. But if there is something in Etsy, like I can't combine the two if you purchase an Etsy. Sometimes I can do add-ons if you message me. I saw your email. I believe it was your email earlier, and I will respond to you there too. We can all relax a little bit because I was really worried that I was going to like disappoint people with the kit. So, okay, I think we still have a couple. We're good with it. And we will move on and we'll all breathe easy because I was really worried that I may not be able to make enough and then people would get disappointed. So I'm glad that we all got one at this point. I'm sure as we work through the journal, people always want the kit later because they didn't see it, they didn't know about it. So at least we all have it now and we're good. And then as we work on the journals or, when people see this video on rewatch, they'll probably sell out. But we're good. We did what we needed to do for that. Oh, goodness. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a super fun one because we're all going to make it. Okay, there's the kit. Moving on. Oh, I try very, very hard to have enough items for people. I do not like disappointing people. You guys know that. So I try not to bring things that I only have a couple of or whatever because somebody's going to get disappointed. Okay, I see Deborah Hope Clark. Hope Clark. Before I move on, Deborah, I've got her. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you guys for helping out. I need a lot of help tonight, don't I? Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so there's the kit. Let's get this moved on. There we go. Next, we're going to look at the blue letters that go kind of with the kit. And we're going to look at a couple different things here. So in this pile, you will see, maybe you will see, goodness, let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. A little bit better. Maybe. Okay, so you'll see that I have some blue letters and you'll see that I have some non-blue letters. There's blue. I'm trying very hard to show you. There's blue French letters and there's non-blue French letters. We're going to do them separately. So if you would rather have like the antique ivory, and they're kind of mixed in, they all have blue stamps on them. But if you'd rather have the antique ivory color, they're coming separate. But the ones we're going to talk about first are going to be these blue ones. And see what I mean? They're just like mixed in. So we're going to talk about blue ones. These are all the blue ones that I have scanned. Like I didn't scan these, but they're the same type of letter that I scanned the front of the envelopes of. So all of these are antique blue French letters. So what these are inside, they're all different. So when you get the letter, you're going to have to open it up. And these are folded letters. So this is the way they sent mail in the 1860s to 1880s in France. They're folded letters, so it doesn't have an envelope. The piece of paper itself is the actual envelope. And I'll show you again how the fold works and all of that. But so inside, some of them are written letters like this. And some of them are 2 pages like this. Some of them are just 1 page. And so they fold up. All of them fold pretty much the same. Like there's different folds, but they fold up. And then this little flap right here would tuck down inside of your fold right here. And if you notice, it is torn right there. The reason why it is torn right there is because there's a wax seal in here. And that's how they would kind of keep the letter, you know, locked in. And so you can see that there's cancel marks here to also say, hey, this hadn't been opened yet. They all have a beautiful stamp. Most of them have multiple cancel marks. And the cancel marks on the stamps, you know, they come in different shapes. Like this cancel is an actual star shape. So they're really interesting. But the other interesting thing is they're not all, I don't know if I will find one randomly. Like they're not all letters. Again, they're torn because the wax seal sticks to it. It's not a big deal. They're pretty much all like that, but they're thin French paper. Some of them are invoices. Some of them are just, you know, beautiful handwriting. My light is just really washing everything out right now. I'm very disappointed, actually. I'm very disappointed in my lighting, but I'll try and find invoice for you. This is the letter. I can see the handwriting. So some of them have stamps like that on the back of them. And they're different shades of blue too, but they're all in that, you know, that vintage French blue family. Anyway, I will try to find you guys some invoices to see if I can see from the back. This invoice? I don't know. Nope, it's a letter, but look at that calligraphy. So in the 1880s and 1860s, this is what you get for letters in France. So the little invoices, they look like this. So I know I have an invoice. This is kind of, no, it's not an invoice. It's a letter too. There are invoices, I swear to you. Can I find an invoice? I don't know. This is a letter too. And then this is a letter, and this is a letter. There are invoices. I promise you there are invoices. This is really kind of funny right now. When you want something, you can never find it. All I can find are letters right now, but quite a few of these are invoices. You just got luck of the draw with it. And see, this one folds this way. It just is what it is, but I'll look through here and see if I can find one. I'm holding it up to the light, hoping to find one. I see a whole lot of letters is what I see. One of these somewhere has got to be an invoice. Letters. Anyway, you might have an invoice in there. We're going to do these blue French letters. And so these guys are going to be 4 letters for $24. And the reason why is they're super old. They're from 1860 to 1880. They're very collectible and very hard to get in France at times. Sometimes there's a million of them, and sometimes there's none for like 6 months to a year. So while we have them, we're going to do them 4 for 24. And then after the blue ones, these are the blue ones. After the blue, I will do the non-blue, which are like an ivory color. It's hard to show you, but anyway, let me get these typed in. They're 4 blue French letters for $24. There's the go. And so I really want to show you an invoice. Letter. Maybe I don't have any invoices to show you. That would be really rare. Really rare. I'm still looking. You guys are putting in your goes. Okay, so here's a small little invoice. Let's see what this one is. A letter. I don't know. Somewhere there are invoices. Anyway, that's what we have there. When the camera's turned on, it's just a whole different ballgame. So I'm going to make this list for these letters. And there's the list. Okay. So the letters for blue ones are 4 for 24. 4 blue. And the very first person I see in is Brenda. Brenda would like them. And so these are great to scan. And then you can add the scanned images to your journals if you want. That's kind of why I wanted to bring them together so that you could go ahead and scan or use the original in your journal or whatever you want to do. Brenda's in first, then Diana B, then Sydney, then Pam Green, and then Jenny. And then Lois, I think I haven't read yet. Lois, I see your name. One set. Yes, thank you. And then Wendy A. And after Wendy, Christelle. Christelle, I have some of the other things that you asked about tonight too. Diana C. And Carrie. Carrie. And Jody. And Cheryl. And Deborah Hope Clark. Deborah. It'll take me a little minute to get all of your names stuck in my head, and then I won't have to write it all out and all of that stuff. Catherine Reed was next, and Gail Goodman, Melissa, and after Melissa, I have Crafting with Purpose. See, eventually I'll know your real names, and then I can just write that. Daisy Taylor. Hello and welcome, Daisy Taylor. So any new people that haven't sent me an email yet, if you would please send me an email with your information. I'm going to pop that box back up on the screen here in just a minute too. Black Whisper would like one. Oh, 2 of them. Sorry. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else's too. Let me scroll up and make sure. We're good. Okay. After Black Whisper, I see Lisa. And Lisa spells her last name Perfect. Thank you, Lisa. And Julie would like a set. And Tiffany N, thank you. In France. That's where they come from. And then Karen is proxying. Karen, are you proxying for yourself or are you proxying for someone else? Karen, and then Marcella and Marlene. Thank you guys. Thank you. Gail. That's awesome, Gail. And hello, Rebecca. Awesome. Shelly, I see you down there, Shelly. I think I have everyone. Almost. Marikar. I'm not saying your name right, I know. Marikar? I'm sorry. I just will not say it. For 2, thank you so much. And Cynthia. I will eventually go and buy in person. I just can't right now. We had planned on it last summer, but my son got sick. 4, Karen. Okay, we have you for 1 set of 4, Karen. And Cynthia, we've got you. Thank you. Yes, books are coming. Julie Houston, I got you. Thank you so much. Just remember, I'm reading from the time-stamped list, and so it will be a little bit different what you see on your screen. Debbie Berry, thank you. I think I've got them all. Karen, you're okay. I've got them for you. And then I see Jenny down at the end there. Jenny, and Deborah Wilson. Thank you, guys. You love them just as much as I love them. It can be hard to let all those go. But I will. For a long time, I couldn't find any of them. But like I said, that's just kind of the way this stuff goes there because, they're just buying it. They have connections and whatever, but they're just buying when they find it at flea markets and stuff. So it's not always available when we need it. Okay, so there's some blue, and I have more, but this is what I could handle. So, okay, let me move the blue one down. Carrie Geisler. I believe I did. Carrie Geisler. I'm going to write it down. Carrie Geisler. Sorry, Carrie, if I missed you. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. The blue letters. Okay, we did those. Awesome. Next up, the white letters. And when I say white, they really are ivory. And you can tell I don't have as many of the ivory ones. I just have what we have here. There's some blue mixed in, but we're talking ivory. So I really don't have that many of ivory. And when I say ivory, they're all different yummy shades of ivory. I apologize for my lighting. I did test, but yeah. So all different shades of ivory, same time frame as the other letters, same folded letters. And open them up. And this one's got this beautiful little pasted label up here at the top. It's dated 1866. It's got beautiful handwriting, and they do have the little wax seals that when they fold up, this would tuck into there, and this is the wax seal in it. So there's one of them. This guy's a little bit older. I can tell by the paper. Super old. Here's an invoice. So there are blue invoices that look like this too. I just could not find any at the moment. But there's that. This one has a nice secondary stamp there too. So they're the same kind of letters as the blue. They're just not blue in color. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. I can tell you I don't have as many. So we're just going to, I'm going to take the list. And if they're not on your invoice, just know I didn't have enough to fill it. I could possibly save your name for next time when I do get them or something like that. But we'll talk. Okay, so let me get these typed in. They're ivory folded letters, folded French letters. So all of this is France 1860 to 1880. And I'm going to do these ones 2 for $12 so that more people can maybe get them because I don't have that many. So there's the ivory. And then let me click it so that, oops, it jumped. There it is. 2 for $12. And I did that just so that we could share them out a little more. Okay, 2 for $12. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And I hope to move through some stuff a little faster here in a few minutes. So I have Helen in first, in Marcella, Brenda. And I might have to move to not reading out the list of names in future, just so that we don't have to sit here and be bored as I do it. Tiffany N. We'll have to see how everyone feels about that. Jody Martin. Sydney. Jenny Drew. And Catherine. And Loretta. Loretta, you're saying 4. Do you want the blue ones or are you coming in for these? These ones are 2 for $12. I can do 4 probably, maybe. Let me know, Loretta, exactly if you want the ivory or the blue and how many. Pam. Inga. Daisy. Maria T. Thank you. And we have Soldier Mom. And Crafting with Purpose. And Christelle. And August. And again, if you're new and you haven't sent me the email, I will put that up on the screen. I forgot last time, but I will put it up. Sydney. I thought I got Sydney, but apparently I didn't. Sydney. And after Sydney, Sherry Humphreys. And after Sydney, I've got Gail Goodman and Kim. And so for all you new people, I'm going to put a graphic up on the screen that's going to kind of give you some instructions of what to do, what I need from you, the information. So I've got Gail, Kim. Gail would like 2. Kim, Tara. And then Shauna Haskins. So I'm going to put a graphic on the screen. It's going to give some instructions of what information I need. And it will also give you my email address to send the information to. Shauna and Diana. Sydney would like 2 if I have enough. Thank you, Sydney. And Sherry. I know, Mrs. E. I'd have to go back through. Well, I would make the list after the fact, and I could just actually sit there and write the list, not being live. And then after Diana, I see Cheryl Emery. There's ways of doing it where I don't have to read the names out and take forever. Loretta. Okay, Loretta, thank you. Yep, 1 set. Perfect. Thank you. You're okay. Mary Harris. And memory card we've got. Okay, I've got them. So I'm going to put this graphic up. This is the information that I need. And there we go. There's my email address right there. It's also in the description box below so that you guys can like copy and paste it from the description box. And I can't do anything without having an email from you, because that's how I send your invoice. That's why it's important. And the most important part of the information you send me is what your first and last name is, but also who you are on YouTube, so that I can connect the dots. Because if you're telling me your name is Carol, but your YouTube is Soldier Mom, I don't necessarily know who that is, right? So I have to be able to connect the dots. That's why you have to tell me. Tell me who you are on YouTube and your real information. Okay, we did that. Let's go ahead and get to some books. And so let me pull those. I've got a really nice selection of books. These are beautiful antique French 1700s books. And I'm just going to pull what I have, and we'll see if we actually need that many, but we'll see. So all of these ones, and I'll go off camera just a little bit, all of these ones are basically the same. All of these all of those are the same. I'll pull more if I need or if I have. I'm not really sure what I've got. So this is kind of like what the spines look like. I'll start over from the other end and I'll move them all through. So I'm going to hide that for just a second. Go back to comments. Karen, I was sure try to help you out, hun. So this is what the spines look like, and I'm going to slide them all the way over so we can see everything. And then there's 3 more. And that's what those ones look like. So these are from the 1700s, and they all have beautiful gold decoration on the spines of them. They all have hubs on the spines of them. These are very beautiful, nice books. Again, I apologize for my lighting. I will definitely be adjusting that. I keep turning it down too. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Let's see about that. Anyway, they all have beautiful leather covers. So these are leather covered books. They have leather spines. They're the same on the front and the back. You'll notice that they have red dyed book blocks. So they've taken the book block and they've dipped it into, something to color it red. And that's why the ends are red like this. It is really, antique red. So basically in these books, you've got some really old hand marbled paper. This is the shiny kind where they've rubbed it with an agate stone to kind of impart some shine to it, because obviously they didn't have glossy paper back then. And it's not glossy paper, but I'm just saying it's one where they've taken the extra step to rub the agate on it to make it a little sheen there. They have beautiful title pages. This one is printed in 1755. And so most of the dates are there in the Roman numerals. This is rag paper. All of these books will be beautiful rag paper books. They'll have different decorations depending on the book. Like most of these are from the same series, so you can expect to see beautiful pages like this in them. And of course, you guys can scan all of the beautifulness. And then it's just a bunch of rag paper to use to make projects in your junk journal. You can put them in the signatures. They come out, they're sewn in. So they come out in folios for the most part. I will tell you from taking apart a million books in my life that they don't all come out as folios, but enough of them do. And so there are quite a bit of nice decorations in these. And these are from the 1700s. So in the 1700s, books, these are getting spendy because that's a lot of years old, right? So printed in 1750, that's a lot of years old. So they're getting harder to find them, whatever. So we're going to use them. We're going to have fun with them. Maybe some people will scan and preserve. I'm trying to show you the little pretties as I find them. But people are going to scan and preserve. But the thing with rag paper is it is made from literal cotton, linen, whatever kind of rags they used. And it's got such a lovely texture to the paper. And it's nice and thick and cottony or linen-y feeling, right? It's very, very durable paper. So if you can bring yourself to take your books apart, you're going to have a lot of fun with them. Not every one of these is going to be that decorated. I just pulled them random, so I honestly don't know, not every one will have decorations like that one did. This one seems to have quite a few too, but it's just luck of the draw, whatever they decided to put in them. But these are super old, super big. Like, just to give you an idea, they have, this one has 2 books in one. So it's 250 pages here and another 220 or 30 back here in the back. So about 570 pages or so in there. I don't know, between 5 and 6 probably. And so you'll see that they have different marble. These ones are all in pretty clean, good condition. This one is printed in 1785. And again, beautiful rag paper. Nice thick rag paper. And see, I don't see a few decorations in this one, but I didn't flip through the whole thing. But they're just going to be different. So we're just going to do them random. I'm going to measure the book so that you know how big a book is, just so that it's about 4 inches by about 6 3/4. So this is a fairly regular size book that comes out of France. Just as I said, the 1700s are getting harder to find, and the ones with the gold on the spines, obviously, it's a more expensive printing when it was made. So all of them pretty much the same. There's a lot that are from the same series. So that's what we're going to do there. And we're going to do these books for $60 per book. These are the nice, good size, higher end 1700s antique French books, all the rag paper in them. All of the French books will have text that is in French. So let's go ahead and get those typed in. 1700s French rag paper, nice books. I'm going to say nice. And we're going to do them for 60. And there's the go. So if you're going to want rag paper, this is a great place, a great source to get your rag paper. And the older the books, the higher quality rag paper they had. So these being in the 1700s, they're going to have nice, thick, toothy, that you're going to feel with your hand rag paper. It's very different than the paper that we use today. Today's paper isn't really made the same way. It's made from cellulose material at some point. And now they've started making it out of fake chemical-y stuff. So it's very different than rag paper. Okay, so for these books, I'm going to make a list. Okay, the first person I see in is Brenda. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you. Diana, thank you. Cynthia, thank you. Marcella, thank you. You will see that I use the rag paper book pages in every single journal. I have always put them in kits as well. It's just my favorite thing to basically use. I saw, from today's video, I made pockets out of it. I make pockets that way in just about every journal. So Carrie and Sydney, Marcella, Cynthia, Diana, and Brenda, and then Jody and Cheryl Emery, and Deborah Kirshner, thank you. And then Deborah Hope Clark. And Alice, thank you. And Shelly. And Shauna. And after Shauna, we have Karen. And Lisa, and Marikar times 2, Kim Christie. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And then I see Becky. Thank you, Becky. And then after Becky, I see Marlene Long and Tara and Barbara. And Christelle. And after Christelle, thank you for proxying. I appreciate that. Debbie Berry. Debbie Berry. Nora. Nora Dunlop. And you're new. Okay, perfect. So for new people, I just need you to email me your information. I'm going to keep popping that back up on the screen just so that you guys get the instructions there. Let's go with this one. It sounds nicer. Okay, so that's what I need from new buyers. And please make sure that you do send me that information. My email address is there on the screen. It's also in the description box below the video. Okay, so I'm going to go and get all my 1700s books like this out of the bin. Because I have been saving them for a long time. Plus I got more over Christmas. So I got lots of Christmas packages for you guys to share with you guys. Okay, so there's that. We did 1700s books. Now from there, let me keep these two together with paper clips so I don't lose them. There we go. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Rag paper books. Oh my gosh. Once you go rag paper, no other book page will do it for you. And let me make sure I got Lisa. And after you do rag paper and you have rag paper in your hand, when you're out and about and you're looking at like antique books, you'll be able to tell what is rag paper and what isn't, because now you have one at home and you know you can pet it and get to know what it really feels like. Lisa, I've got you on the list. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Jerry. Thank you guys for helping. Okie doke. So we did that. Now let's do these. We're going to run through some French junk journal staples. Tiffany N. I see Tiffany N down there at the bottom. Please just make sure that all new people are sending me that information. They do watercolor beautifully. And they still make, you know, rag paper for artists, but it's very different than old rag paper. Plus those pages are laid, so they have a laid texture. You guys will feel it when you get it. Okay, so let me take this down. Go back to comments for a minute. Oh my gosh, when you touch it, you'll know. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is rag paper. It's much thicker than regular paper and it's so much more durable. With rag paper, you can literally crumple it up in a ball and then flatten it back out, and it's perfectly fine. If you try to do that with the paper today, it is going to crease and crack and fall apart on you. But rag paper is really durable. Okay, so these are French checks. You'll see they have tax stamps. They have all kinds of stamps and seals and handwriting, and these are tax stamps from France over here. And the first thing you'll notice is when I hold this check, it takes 2 hands. It really would take 3 hands, but it takes 2 hands to hold it. They're gigantic. Okay, so I have tons of French checks that I brought in for you guys, and they all have lovely tax stamps on them in different colors. Some have more tax stamps than others, but these are beautiful checks. And so we're going to do French checks. And many of you guys have gotten French checks from me before. You'll notice there's all kinds of advertising information over here. They're from interesting, French cities. Some of them are actually marked or stamped or handwritten Paris. This one has all of these little cancels on it and these beautiful blue tax stamps. I really wish my allergies would quit. But they're beautiful checks, okay? So I have a pile of them. All of these ones are new. They just came. And so we're going to do these, and I'm just going to do them in sets of checks so that you get a variety. All of the ends of them are different. So this part here is different, and then your stamps and stuff will be different. Basically, the rest, is kind of a standard format for like a check. But I really like the advertising that's over there. And these are great to scan. Like this one has a nice big seal up there. Great to scan and turn into digitals. And I know you guys have seen these as digitals on Etsy. Probably at some point somebody bought them. But now you can have your own. And I'll, sell them in a set so that you can have variety too. And like I said, you're more than welcome to scan them and make your own digital. Stuff like this is easy because you literally just lay it on the scan bed and scan it. But all different kinds. Like this one says Paris right here. This one is kind of purpley and flowy. There's some that are more like onion skin in here. Like that guy. So imagine doing a purple journal. And so what can you do with these? You can sew them in the signature if you're using originals, or if you're, printing them and cutting them out. You can sew them in the signature. A lot of people will fold them up and make little pockets out of them just by doing that. You can make little matchbooks out of them where it tucks in down here. You make a little matchbook notepad where it opens and you've got paper in there. I shouldn't give you all my ideas because then when I do 365 videos, you guys will be bored. But there are many ways of using these beauties. Okay, so we're going to do them. They are going to be 5 checks for $22. 5 French checks for $22. And there's the go for those. And every time I get them, they're different. People collect these. They collect the tax stamps on them too, but they collect them for many different reasons. So every time I get them, they've usually been assembled by somebody who was collecting this type of material. And for whatever reason, they've gotten rid of them. Like this one has a big, huge tax stamp on the back of it. Some are great big tax stamps. Okay, let me go find the top of this one. There we go. And so, thank you, Tiffany. 5 checks. All right, first in is Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. And Melissa for 2. Thank you. And Brenda. Thank you. I know some of you guys already have these, but honestly, I see you buying them again, and you do the same thing I do. I buy them again too, and it's because I want variety. I keep looking for, ooh, this one is interesting. Okay, so I've got Brenda, and then Deborah, Hope Clark. And Christelle for 2. And Jody Martin. And Diana B. And Alice. And Gail Goodman for 2. I gotta write Gail right. Gail Goodman for 2. And Soldier Mom. So I'm giving you all the basics right now. Carrie. And Catherine. And Susan Elliott. Hello, Susan. And Lois. And Cynthia. and Maria T, Marlene Long, and Lisa Martino. Okay, and after Lisa, let's see. Yeah, I think we will move to the next sale if there is still this many people, where I will not write down the names as we're live. And I will go back and write them down later because I just think it will probably be a better watching experience for you guys. So I've got Crafting with Purpose and Deborah Wilson. And Sherry, I think that's you saying that you want one. Misty Elliott. Terry Quinn. Kim. Pinex. Marcella Toth would like 2. And Sherry Martin. I thought I wrote that, but I wrote it again now. Sherry Martin. Marcella Toth times 2. We've got that. And Pam Green for 2. And Angela Edwards. Christelle. You can't pick it out, Christelle, but I can put you down for another set. You're already for 2. Do you want 3? You can post pictures in the Facebook group, Joanne. I see Rebecca on the list. Rebecca and Diana. And I think we've got them. Have a good night, Joanne. Say hi to friends. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think we've got them all. Deborah would like another one. Times 2. And Christelle, I just needed to know, do you want the 2 that you have or 3? The 2 that you have are 3. I'm going to put up that thing for new buyers one more time. And also remember that my email address to send this information is in the description box below the video. So you can copy and paste it right there too. There we go. So in order to take your orders, this is what I need from new people. Thank you guys so much. Goodness. Only purple? Yeah. We have to go random because everyone would probably want the all purple one. And you've got 2 now, Christelle. Thank you so much. And you'll notice that on the channel, I do usually keep it to random. Sometimes there's A, B, C, D, or choice or whatever. But on certain things, I do try to keep it to random just because everyone would want the one, right? Okay, so next up, we're going to do these. Something a little bit fun, a little bit different. And where's my banners? There we go. So next up I have these. You saw one of these on my little desk because I keep it there and I use what's inside of it. These are little boxes from France. They're actual little cardboard boxes with these metal corners on them. And I do apologize for my lighting. It is really washing everything out. But they're cute little textured cardboard boxes. See the texture up here? Cute little textured cardboard boxes. My lighting is driving me crazy. I'm going to just put it at a glow. So textured cardboard boxes. Let's turn this one. Now we have hotspot. We're getting rid of it. There we go. It's a little bit better. Textured cardboard boxes. They have this blue label on the front of them. They have a little stamp on the front. All of them have metal corners. Most of them are in pretty good condition. Inside, you'll find stamps. Some of them are very full, and some of them only have a couple of stamps. The stamp that is on the front of the box is the stamp that is inside of the box. These came from like a stamp collector, and he was organizing and sorting his stamps so that he could keep them color coordinated or whatever. But I like them. I have a blue one on my desk, and I like them because then, I've just got my little blue stamps in there. I don't have to sort for a color because I know blue is in this box. But you could take the box and do something else with it. But like this one, I don't think has very many in it. But, so whatever stamp is on the box is the stamp that we're going to have inside. Now these ones, this one here has purple and orange, and it's because there is purple and orange stamps in there. So if it has two colors, that's the color that are inside of it. Like this one has a lighter and a darker. This one has the reddish color, burgundy wine, I don't know, and a hunter green. So I'm going to do these ABC so that you guys can choose, okay? So I'm going to ABC them. Here's how ABC works on the channel for people who are new. I know we have a lot of like regulars, so they'll know how this works, but we're going to ABC these. Otherwise, it would be difficult. So I'm just going to put it next to it. I'll put it on screen over here. So A is an orange stamp. B is this one here. It's kind of these two colors of darker orange. Where's my C? I have a C. Here's a C. C is purple and orange. This guy over here is kind of a rusty color. There's rusty color. And then E is this blue one here. F is this, it's actually upside down. It's brown, like a very vintage. It's a very brown vintage photo color. That was funny. G is this pinkish kind of salmon color. H is the box that has the wine and the green, perfect for like a Christmas over there. This one, I, it's a teal color. You can't really see I. I'm going to have to slide it up. I is a teal color. J is this light blue here. J is light blue. And then I'm going to have to make a K. Here's K. I'm going to show you the K stamp. It's a little bit different. There's the K stamp. It's got like buildings on it. And it feels like there's a lot. There is a lot in there. So there's K. And then H-I-J-K-L. I'd do my ABCs. L is this pinkish color over here. So if you want pink. I didn't open them all. And like I said, some have more than others. It just is whatever is in there. I have no idea what is in there because I didn't open them up. I mean, other than what I just did right here with you guys. So that's that. Let me wipe my hands. Okay, so when I type these in, what you're going to want to say is nothing other than the letter of your choice. If you want one and you do not care what color it is, because you're worried that I'm going to sell all of these and you're not going to get one, you can type in the word any, and that means I will give you one. Whatever one is left at the end will be an any. So that makes sure that you get one, because if you all choose A, there's only one A. So only one person's going to get A. There's only one B. So you guys see what I mean? So you can say any, and that just kind of ensures that if you're one of the first however many 12 people there are, then you'll get one. Okay? So any works too. So here is the go for these boxes of stamps. We're going to do them for $22. The box is probably worth that alone because these little French boxes are very collectible. So we're going to do them for $22. They're French boxes of colored stamps. $22. And remember, they have differing amounts of stamps in them. Like, I think this is one of the lighter ones. But anyway, they're there. Okay. We're going to do it. It's going in right now. Goodness, allergies. You couldn't have picked a different day. I think what it is, you know, we're in Arizona here and the weather has been pretty bad. It's super, super cold, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie because I normally don't wear a hoodie inside, but it's super cold. I've been freezing all day and it's super windy. And I know California is having their fires and I think we're getting some of that wind too. So anyway, I just think maybe the wind is kicking up stuff or something like that and messed up my allergies. Okay, here's these. Let me find the top. There they are. Okay, the very first person in is Robin. Robin J is second chance. And she is going to take K. So there's Robin J for K. And that took care of K. And then next in is Deborah Wilson. And Deborah is going to get C because K is gone. Deborah Wilson. And then after Deborah, Brenda, she just took K. She was right ahead of you. Pam Green is going to get E. And I am just going to do one just so that we can share it out. So Pam is going to get E right there. I will have more stamps at another time. I usually have some kind of stamp thing. Oops, sorry. Messing up my display. Okay, so I am limiting to one. Pam, we got you E. That was your first choice. And then H and K for Cynthia. So Cynthia will get H. Cynthia Cervantes 22. There we go. Thank you guys. Thank you for playing along with the choice too. Okay, so we did that. And then we've got Lisa Gia Martino. And she says E. Oh gosh, I don't have E. What do we have? J? J. Perfect. J it is. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you all. Okay, after that, Deborah Hope Clark just wants one, and that's the way it's done, so we don't miss out. So I'm going to hold her for just a second. And then after that, Softball Susie wanted K, and K's gone. Shauna Haskins wants F. Shauna Haskins wants F. Thank you. And then after that, Helen wants J. J is gone. Melissa, E, H, or I. I's here, Melissa. Thank you. Okay, and then Rebecca, F or any. So Rebecca will just take an any. Thank you. And then Rita said F. Rebecca said F. Christelle wanted C or K, and they're gone. Diana says C, E, or any. So I think Diana's going to be an any. Okay, thank you. Jenny wanted the K, and Kim wanted the H. And Crafting with Purpose is H or B. So crafting with purpose. This is good for my moderator to see too. Crafting with purpose wants the B. Because they're back there figuring it out as I go. Okay. So there's that. And then we have Julie for the F. What's gone? Okay. Karen says any. And I need to fill some any's here. All right. So we're going to go like this. We're going to start at the top, do Karen. And then we've got Diana B. And then we've got Deborah. And then we've got Rebecca. And that takes care of them, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And I do apologize for people who miss out. I really hate that. But sometimes stuff like that, there really is just that finite quantity of them that I have, you know? Okay. So for everyone else, I do apologize. They have been sold. And then let's move on to something else here. Let's do these. So I have 3 of these. These are antique French agendas. They're really little ledgers. And they're kind of a different shape too. They're the tall, skinny format. So they're kind of different. I'll show them one at a time, but just know that there's this 1916, there's a 1917, and there's a 1921. So I will show them one at a time. This one will be A. So let me just go ahead and put an A on it. This is A, and it's 1916. And I'm going to spin it sideways just for a moment to kind of show you. It's a black textured cover, and it is dusty. I have not cleaned it, but if you take a little baby wipe, it will clean up quite a bit. That's the back. It's got embossing on it. And these are long, like tall, skinny ones. So let me measure it so that we know what we're talking about here. Me included. They are 13 3/4. 13 3/4 by 5, just about 5.5. Okay, they're all the same size. Inside of these little ledgers, this one has marble paper. I'm going to scooch it down a little bit. Marble paper. It's got some information in here in the front cover. And then it starts out, and this one has 3 days on the page. And it starts with January 1st. And it has all of their expenditures in this. It's a little ledger. So you've got marbled edges on the ledger right here. Marbled book edges. And it's just a little ledger. There's some information in the back. There's handwriting here or there. The crossed out just means they've recorded it. They've, accounted for it in their checking account or whatever. But the handwriting is quite nice in this one. Like if we go to this page, it's quite nice. And so you've got the whole year. It's a whole book of it. You get the whole book. These are big enough pages where if you're going to use them in a journal, every page in this book, you're going to cut in half, and that's going to be your standard 9x6 journal size. So you're getting twice as many pages if you cut them because, they're really big. You're not going to be able to stick them in a journal unless you make a super big, tall one, okay? So this is the A book. The B book is 1917. So this is B. B opens up to this. It has like a blue marble paper. Let me show you the whole cover too. This is the cover. And again, it's dusty. They've been sitting for 100 years. So opens up to the marble paper there. 1917. It's got the same little information pages in the front here. And then it's got lots of handwriting on there. And then there's information in the backs of all of them. It shows the coins and stuff like that for different European countries. And then handwriting. Looks like the same person in all honesty. And so you can see the handwriting's quite nice in this one too. And again, the crossed out, that's very common in France. Almost all ledgers have it. And it just means they've recorded it in their checking book, like, you know, in their checking account. It's like their check register. And so they record it eventually, you know, the end of the month or whatever. So that's what that is. That's B. The C book is 1921. Looks like this. It's got that black textured cover. There's the back. It's got a little border that's embossed around it. And then this one has a little bit of ephemera inside of it. When books have stuff in them, you get whatever is inside of it. That's the way it works. So this one has a little page, a little extra notebook page put in here with some figures on it. A little bit of notes. And this one has a pin in it. It's a pinned little receipt, it looks like that. So when they have stuff, you just get it. So that's in that one. And this is the marbly paper for this guy. It's not really marble. It's end paper, printed end paper. So it's got the information. And then it's got one page here. It looks like it's cut out, but this does start on January 1st. So I don't know what was removed, but nothing important. There's the information back there. It's kind of like a little directory. And then you've got some handwriting, not a whole lot. It looks like the same person. It's the same nice handwriting. This one doesn't have very many entries in it. Just a couple entries here or there. So if you want one that's more blank to like scan, all of them will probably have at least one blank page in there. So this right here is a little piece of scrap paper, and this is a blotter. So this, they would slide in between the pages when they wrote so that any ink wouldn't seep through to this page. It would go on the blotter. So blotters, you know, that's what their purpose is. They're just little felty pieces of paper. So this one has a couple little extra things in it. And a little bit of handwriting, but not as much as the other one. It does have some, but not as much as the other one. So there you go. There's A, B, and C. Okay? There those are. And these ones, you know, they have 3 days per page. So these books come in different sizes. This one actually has 4 days per page. This one has 3. And this one has 3. So they come in different sizes. That's those ones. Okay. And it's one, you know, every entry, there's a spot for every entry for the whole year. So anyway, let's go ahead and do these. I see people asking for proxies. If someone can proxy, please do that. So I'm going to type in these French agendas, and we're going to do them for 150. And I'm going to type the go in. So you're getting the whole book. I'm sure, you know, it's the whole 365 days divided in thirds, plus you get, you know, whatever extra pages are back here. This little page with the coins, it's telling them what the real coins look like for all of these places. But quite a few pages. And this one has marbled edges. I didn't see the other ones. This one has marbled edges too. You can see marbling. And this one matches the inside paper. So this one does have some decorative edging too. Okay, so 150 each. Here we go. A, B, and C. Ooh, there it went. Okay, so the first person in is Rhea, and she's proxy buying for Mrs. E, who wants the B book. Mrs. E. Thank you. Okay. So that was Rhea proxying, and then Jerry was proxying for Mrs. E. So was Cindy. So was Wendy. And then we have Christelle for any. So Christelle will get one. Mrs. E herself, proxy for Mrs. E, proxy for Mrs. E. And then Lisa. Lisa will take the A book. Lisa, and I need to spell your name right every time. It's Martino. Eventually I will remember. Gianmartino, if I'm saying that right. And then we had Christelle. Okay, guys. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I only had the 3 this time. When I do find them, I will save them up and bring them back again. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, that took care of those. Next up, I have these. So this little book right here, let me get this down. And I say little, but it's not little. It's beautiful. It's got a marbled cover. This is an antique French book full of handwriting. It's got a animal skin spine on it, like a vellum or parchment animal skin spine. That's very common for super old things. There's the back cover. It's got quite a number of pages in it. And so when we open it up, slide it over here. When we open it up, first of all, that beautiful label on the front. This is all hand cut out and pasted to the front of the cover. Super, super nice. Okay. And it's got ephemera inside of it. It's got an envelope. I haven't looked in here. Envelope and some little forms, a pile of little forms. It's got some letters. Very nice handwriting. A whole pile of really old letters. These are super, super old. That one is very old. This is laid paper. Ooh, it's a little art piece. That's actually really beautiful. Somebody should frame it and get it out of this book so it can see the daylight. And it's on super nice old rag paper. These letters here are very old. I don't know what they exactly date to, but they're very old. And there's a pile of them. So you get all of that in the front. Then, so this is a little ledger book. It's a little ledger book, and it's detailing for every day. There's a figure, a number, a figure for every day. So it's some type of little accounting book, and it's on rag paper. So it's very, very old rag paper. This is what it looks like. And so in the back, it starts the other direction. This is very common in France where they write one direction and then the other half of the book flips around and they write this direction. This is dated 1841. So you've got half the book going one way and half the book going the other way, with some blank paper here in the center. And this is rag paper. This is out. This is a folio that's out, but this is rag paper. Very nice old rag paper. If this book is dated in the front like 1840, 1842, I'm pretty sure this paper is slightly older than that. It's very nice rag paper. And there's a lot of it. And there's ephemera. And then we start the other direction. So this is a super old French ledger that's on rag paper. And we're going to do it whole tonight. So the whole entire book. Good night, Helen. Thank you so much for joining. The whole book. Okay. I'm going to measure it so you know how big. Here's an aqua blue marble cover, 7.5 inches. It's almost like paste paper, really. 7.5 by 10. It's a great size for journals if you can bring yourself to take it apart. This one is so pretty. I don't know if I would take it apart, but it's got gorgeous stuff inside of it. Can you see the rag paper? The way that it kind of waves and smiles? That's nice, thick rag paper. I'm going to try to hold it up and show you like texture. I don't know if it'll show it, but it's really lovely. Thick paper. Okay, we're going to do it. I don't know how many pages. They are not really numbered, so plus it starts and stops, and there is more ephemera pieces tucked in there. So that's that. Let's do him. He is an antique French rag paper ledger, and he's whole, and we're going to do him for $600. I do realize that that is a considerable purchase However, he's early, he's 1840. He's really good condition. He's rag paper. He has a lot of things going for him. They are hard to find, honestly. I have a lot of ledgers, but I don't have very many that are rag paper because you guys usually buy them all, or I keep them all. So that's kind of where we're at with that. You're okay, Lisa. I see it. So this one right here is available for 600, and he has quite a number of pages in him. If I had to guess, if he was numbered with the, he kind of flips around from this direction and that direction. But if he was numbered, I would guess he was probably 200 pages. And it's nice that there's some blank because you can use the rag paper as artist page, but it's from 1840 or earlier. The paper is really lovely. So there's that one. Sydney, I do what I need to do, hon. I do my best. So this one is going to stay available. I'm going to mark it so that I know if somebody comes in later when they are rewatching this video, we're going to mark this one A. So if you want to purchase this and you're watching after this is no longer live, this is Ledger A and it's 600. And so there's that one. I get it, Sydney. I do try to do my best. I'm using YouTube for something that YouTube isn't designed for. And it is kind of hard. It's hard on both sides. Diana B claimed him. Okay, Diana. Well, thank you. He's got a good home now. Thank you, thank you. I'll write your name right on him. Diana B. Diana B likes the rag paper. She does. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Okay, moving on. Robin, I do it. I run my sale exactly the same way everyone else does. Okay, so next up, we've got these books. So I will say right off the bat, one of these has a little bit grungier cover than the rest of them do, but I do have 4 of these. And so here's what we got. These are full of French handwriting, and they have these lovely embossed covers. And like I said, one of them is super grungy. We'll show it, but I don't really care. The covers are lovely. They really are. But the one that's grungy, you're going to have to do something with the grungy cover. Anyway, this is what they are. They're really fat books. They're not rag paper. They're not quite as old as the other ones, but they're really nice books. So you've got all of this, pages and pages and pages of French handwriting. And it's nice, fancy handwriting. So if you just want a big pile of French handwriting that you can play with in your journals and you can collage with and you can actually use the original handwriting, these books are for you. Every page is pretty much written top to bottom. There was just, and this is normal, they leave just a couple blank pages back here in the very, very back. If I can find it. There's like 2 pages. Well, one page here and one side there. But everything else is full. And so the handwriting is very fancy and nice. So that's that one. Okay. He is our A book. And I'm going to do this even though there's 4 because one cover is grungy. So he's A. That's what he looks like on the front. And this is what he looks like on the back. He's in pretty good condition. His spine is dated right here. And he looks like he's dated 1911 to 1914. Okay, the next one looks like this on the front cover. It's got some speckle spots. And this is the back cover. So fairly good condition. This is his spine. He's dated 1909. It's also written right here, 1907 in pencil. Opens up to pink. Again, a big book of handwriting. Same person, same fancy handwriting, every page. They're not numbered, but it's got to be in excess of 200 numbered pages. Okay, that's B. And then C, I think, is the grungy one. It's got a little grunge here, Okay, this is C in the front. This is C on the back. This is all permanent on there. There's nothing bad doing, it's not as bad as it looks, but it's grungy. Okay. There's nothing active or anything else on this, but it is grungy right here. And then this is the spine. So if you want grungy, there's grungy. And I mean, I rubbed it. It's fine. 1906, it starts out with. And again, it's just a big book. It's got some little water damage. That's where the grunge came from. Little bit of water damage, and then a couple grungy pages there, and then you're into nice handwriting. Slide it up. Then you're into nice handwriting. So I will price him accordingly because he is a little more grungy than the other ones. But let's face it, we really care about what's inside of it anyway. So there's that one, and that's C. The D book looks like this. There's that. He was 1906, I think. There's that. So only the C was grungy. This one's got blue inside. Got some stamps up here. Looks like it starts in 1905. And it is full of handwriting. So every one of these books full of handwriting. All the way through both sides of the paper. It's gorgeous. So if you want paper, there you go. And that's D. Okay. So, A, B, C, D. I don't know if I'm going to get these on here. C and D. I guess I'm going to do it like this. A and B. It's kind of on screen. You guys got to use your imagination for these. There they are. Okay. So I will wait a second before I actually type these in after I give the price, and hopefully that will help it out. I do try, and honestly, I normally do wait a few seconds, but I'll kind of time it this time up on the top monitor too. Okay, so these guys are going to be $225, and that is a whole lot of handwriting for $225. You're not going to find those, except for C. C is going to be discounted, but you're not going to find that much handwriting in that fancy French. They're over 100 years old. And so let's do this one. Let's knock it down because it's the cover to 200. Because the cover is not the most important part. So I haven't typed it in yet. So there they are. We'll let that sit for a minute. They're priced up on top. So thank you, Diana. It is hard. It really is. And for people who don't, do it, and especially to this magnitude, it's hard. It's a lot of work. Okay, let's get it in. These are French antique books full of handwriting, and it's actually the fancy French calligraphy, but handwriting is easier. Okay, so there we go. We're going to type those in, and I'm just going to do it at 225 and 200, and there's the go. To claim them, tell me which letter you want, okay? It just went in. I think if I didn't have to wear a hoodie and I didn't have allergies, I would be so much happier right now. A hoodie is not comfortable, but I just cannot get warm. We have the heater on and I just cannot get warm. So you could use these pages in journals as journal pages. They're sturdy. I didn't say that. Even the grungy one has sturdy, nice pages. They're thick and sturdy, nice pages. Very good. You're just going to have a whole lot of nice handwriting. Okay. So here was the go for these. And the only person I see came in is Christelle. So Christelle's getting D. Christelle, thank you, thank you. Yes, we did get the mercury cleaned up. That was another fiasco. I see Marikar for A. I know I cannot say your name right. I do apologize. You'll have to tell me phonetically how to say it so I can just get it in my head and say it right. Tell me phonetically, is it Marikar? 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 Just tell me so that I can actually say it right. Okay, so we have A going to Marikar, D going to Christelle. That left us with B and C right here. Sydney is going to take the C book. And again, Sydney, it's grungy. Just make sure that you saw that. If you don't want it, let me know. But that one was discounted because of the back cover back there. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, guys. I know, and we're gonna get there eventually, but it's a lot for people. Like the sales that I do are very different, and it's a lot for people. So you want the grunge? Perfect, Sydney. It's kind of boiled book looking. You want the grunge? Awesome. And there we go. Jerry's gonna take the B. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. I was gonna say if you guys left those, I could definitely do a thing or two with them. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And that took care of those. Next. Let's do these quick. So we have, let me bring over the whole box. It's like a whole thing. So these are new. You guys know that I love buying these tags. Anytime I can find the cardboard shipping tags in France, I buy them every single time. And it's because they're so great to scan and turn into digitals. They're also really great just to use as ephemera if you want to be extravagant in a journal. But I have a number of different ones of these. This is just the latest one that I've gotten. I have some pink ones. I have some regular brown ones. You guys have seen, like in the videos, they're up here in this corner of my desk. And it's because during the videos, it's nice to pick it up and like, here's a pocket or whatever. I do use them. But so this came in this old box and it's got the original tag like pinned to the front. And it's saying this is the drawer where all of these are. And so you can see there's a number in there. So when I find things like this, everybody in France, they know what junk journals are and they know what we like and they charge an arm and a leg for them. And so it's really hard to find things, right? You really have to, like, I don't know how many of you have ever gone on vacation and gone to France, but you don't just go on vacation and go to France and go to a flea market and just find all of these things. First of all, most of these things, like, it's really hard to find them. And second of all, a lot of them I get from like private estate people because my friends have connections and we've, been doing this a long time. And so some things never see public, they come from a private estate and into my hands and then out to you guys. They don't see public before that, like they're not at flea markets or whatever. So my point is, when I find things like this, I always buy them. These ones were extremely fancy and so they were very expensive for me to buy. But I do love them. And so they're beautiful little labels. They're actually soap labels, soap, manufacturing shipping tags, but they're so pretty and so just perfectly French with that, saffron color and blue color. It's like a yellow and blue color. It's so perfect French. Sorry for my close up, but and then they're just cardboard shipping tags. So I have a number of them, obviously. I'm going to sell them individually. However, if you're going to use these to make a digital, I would recommend that you purchase them in threes because each little one of them, like this guy has a little bit of a bend right here. This guy has a little bit of a curled corner. If you're going to turn them into digitals, I would suggest that you purchase three just because like this guy's got spots on him. You might want three just so you can get a perfect tag, right, to scan. Anyway, you could fix some of it in Photoshop. Let's go ahead and put these in. Let me measure them first so you know what size they are. They're the perfect size for our junk journals. They're 4 7/8 by 2 3/4. 4 7/8 by 2 3/4. Every one of them has their hole reinforcer on it. It's got this little quatrefoil. Is it a quatrefoil? I don't know. It's got this little It reminds me of a quatrefoil, but it's only 3, so I don't think it can be. What is this called? Somebody tell me what this is called. It's some kind of foil. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's super cute. I love them so much, and I'm super happy that I have them. So, a club. Yes, it is a club. Thank you very much. I do play cards. Thank you. Okay. So, let's put these in. I'm going to do these for $6 per tag, which if you look at French shipping tags anywhere, they're usually like $12 to $15 per tag, and the fancier the tag, the more money they ask. Because I have some super plain ones, and yeah, these ones were significantly more expensive to get. So anyway, I'm going to type them in. Sorry for my sniffle. Let's do French shipping tag. And I will put club in there so that we know. I know, right? It's a club. um okay. Did I say 7 or 6? Because I'm going to do it for 6. I'm going to do it for 6. It just went in. And I'll make a list on these. And there we go. And so, first person in is Brenda. And Brenda, oops, scrolling off the screen. There's Brenda, and Brenda says 3. And thank you, Brenda. And then Sydney would like 1. And Jody would like 1. And Sandy would like 1. Sandy Reyes. And Christelle would like 6. And Melissa, is that times 3 or me? Melissa, let me know what that is, please. And maybe you did down below. Cynthia for 3. I think it's 3, but I'm going to say times 3. And then after Melissa and Cynthia, I need to write Cynthia's last name. Okay, Cynthia. And then Catherine. Catherine Reed for 2. Carrie Geisler for 3. Sherry Martin for 3. Lisa Maria for 2. Thank you guys very much. Black Whisper times 3. Marcella times 4. Let me scroll up. And then percent, not 53. Okay, well that just 5, not 53. Okay, 5. 5 makes sense. I'm like, that just confused me more. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, and then Marikar. Marikar, did you tell me how to say your name yet? Maria Carmen. Marikar. Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you. I needed to read the rest of it. And she wants 3. Thank you. Marikar. Okay. Mary Carr. I'm not sure. Mary Carr. Okay. Diana B for 3. And Debbie Berry would like 1. And then after Debbie Berry, Cindy would like 1. And Soldier Mom. And Terry Quinn for 4. And Sherry Martin for 3. Sherry Martin for 3. You for 5. I've got you. Sandra Vargas for 3. And if there's new people, I just need you to send me an email, and I'll put that up on the screen here in just a second. Sandra Vargas for 3. I got you, Sandra. Thank you. And let's see. Jenny is next. Jenny would like Jenny T 2. Angela Edwards for 2. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Diana C for 2. Tara for 1. You guys are funny. Tara. And she can't see that. She has no idea whether she was before or after. So thank you for catching that and saying that. Kelly B for 3. Thank you. And it's Kelly Brush. Kelly Brush. Thank you. Marlene Long for 3. And everybody has different different lag. So some people have several minutes of lag. So that's why everybody kind of straggles into. Lori H for 2. Lori H for 2. Unofficial mod. Thank you. Thank you. Wrong glasses. Oh my gosh. My eyes are so dry right now. They're actually like stinging like you got shampoo in them. So we're all just doing our best tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Let's go get something else fun off the table behind me. All right. So let's do something. All right, I'm gonna do what are we gonna do? Let's do these. So in this box, in this wooden box, there are a variety of items, but let's do some dip pens and some pen nibs. I know many of you already have dip pens and pen nibs that you got from me. This is, if you want to add to your collection for people who don't have dip pens and pen nibs. Some people probably don't know what dip pens are. So inside of this box, I got lots of things in here. I have some wax seals with initials. These are antique wax seals with people's initials on them. So we could look at those. There's several initials. So I have the initials LF for a wax seal. I have the initials CA for a wax seal. And I have the initials GM for a wax seal. And I also have JC for a wax seal. This is JC. So if these are your initials, you might want wax seal. I have JG, JG. I have GL. We're going to do these next. These ones stay in there. I have PD, if you want a police department wax seal stamp. I have AS. And I have MC. So let's do wax seals. And then we'll come back and we'll do pen nibs and dip pen. Sorry about that. Very noisy. Okay. These are all going to be the same price. So I'm going to let you guys choose them by initial. And let me just show you kind of like what they look like. So they're wax seal stamps that you would, drip your wax on and stamp your thing in. And they just have like a little rectangle or oval or something like that with the initials in it. So this is what they use to seal up those blue letters that we had earlier. Something like this, just a little wax seal. These are old. quite old. And so if it, if it has an initial you like, or you just want one and you don't really care, like I have them and I don't care that it's not my initials. But anyway, I have PDAS, GL, sorry for the glare, it is what it is right there, GL and MC. I also have JG, we're not going to see it, JG, JC. They're upside down, but they're J. Let me do it like this. JG and JC. Come back here. JG and JC. And no glare. Lots of glare. Okay. Then we have GM. There's GM, CA, and LF. And that's what I've got left. I had more, but this is what I've got left. So. No, Brenda, I don't have a BS. I'm sorry. Awesome, Black Whisper. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending the email and stuff too. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so let me get these typed in. These are antique French wax seals. So, wax seals are very popular and these have gotten quite expensive. Let me get them typed in. We're going to do them for 60. Antique wax seal stamp. And if you consider like a made in China reproduction, silly little wax stamp on Amazon can be like $12 or $15 or whatever. I mean, this is an actual antique one that people used to seal their letters or their important, documents, their signature documents or whatever. So I think 60, honestly, I know it's a little bit of an investment, but I have seen these, like they're listed right now on Etsy from other people for like $179 because wax seals have gotten so expensive, like popular, trendy, whatever. So anyway, this is what I have. So I see GL. Here's GL for Jerry Lynch. Perfect, Jerry. That is just like, that's so perfect. It's actually your initials. I just have random. Because whenever I'm doing like, a wax seal or something, I make mine with hot glue usually because I live in Arizona and, they would melt. But so I usually make mine with hot glue, but I just have random people's initials. Okay. So Jerry Lynch got one. And then I see Mari Carr. She says MC or CA. We'll give you MC. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then all right. And then we've got, it looks like Bex went to bed. Yep. Or to work, I think. Or she's going to bed for work. And then CA for Cynthia. My voice is going to go. Cynthia. And it's Cervantes. It's getting in my head. The more times I write it, the more it gets in my head. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we did that. And Anne says AS. Hello and welcome, Anne. Anne, I don't know if I said that already. Hello and welcome to all new people that I didn't get a chance to say hello to. Anne, thank you. Perfect. Her initials too. Now you have your very own antique wax seal with your initials. I did do some rag paper books. I have some more, Maurice. I do. I do have some more. I do. Yep. Okay, so it looks like we're all good on the seals. I have LF, PD, JG, JC, and GM. For anyone rewatching later, that's what I have left. Every time we do them, we find more homes for them. And so they were 60. Okay. I'll do some more books in a little while. Let's see what else we got first. After these, let me find a place to put these. Let's look back in this box. I've got dip pens. These are different wax seals. And I've got some pen nibs. We can start with these ones, and if we need more pen nibs, I have more boxes of pen nibs, but I don't know if we'll need them tonight. Let's see. So these are dip pens. It looks like they were between $25 and $29. However, I do have another pile of dip pens right here. These are the ones that I just got. We'll leave them face up. So these are dip pens. So, you know, all those fancy written documents, like the super old fancy written documents. Like this is from 1637, so that's probably not a dip pen, but for intents and purposes, all that fancy French calligraphy is written with dip pens for the most part. And so I do have the pen nibs that go with the pens if you want pen nibs, because pen nibs are different and they write differently, right? So anyway, I'm going to show you this pile, and actually this is like the same, so I'm just going to stick it in there. But you can see there are different nibs on these, all for writing different styles. Like this one down here has 2 points. So very different. These you can still use today. You just get liquid ink. Even Amazon sells liquid ink. And you have your own French antique dip pen. So there's that pile right there. Those ones are $29. These ones over here can be $25. Or to make it easier, let's do $25. So any dip pen will be $25. You can tell me if you want one of the fat ones, which is the A pile, or if you want one of the skinnier ones, which is the B pile. I am going to do them random just to kind of keep it, you know, a little easier. The A and B. And then A and B are $25 each. Yep, more books. Okay, so French dip pens. And we're going to do them $25 each. And there's the go. Then you just tell me A or B. Sorry, A is hidden over there. And let me grab some bags so that I can put them in a bag. I really would like my allergies to stop now. I don't usually get them. Like, I never get allergies and I never really get sick. So whatever this is, I would like it to go away. I'm hoping it's just allergies from the wind. Okay, Jerry would like a fat one. Perfect, Jerry. Thank you. She's first in. Jerry has some fast internet. She really does. So there's Jerry's. Okay. After Jerry's, Sydney. Sydney would like a skinny one. Thank you, Sydney. And then after Sydney, we've got Christelle, and she would like one of each. Thank you, Christelle. Thank you, guys. Okay. And then after Christelle, I've got Shauna for a B. If you guys didn't know, just like wax seals like came back into fashion, dip pens and writing with dip pens, especially writing with dip pens in journals, has also came back into fashion, like a lot. A lot of people do this. To me, it seems like a lot of hassle, but Crafting with purpose. I will, but only for like special things. I don't know. I'm not a big journaler to begin with. I like making them. I love making them. Thank you, Crafting with Purpose. And then Inga. Inga would like an A. Did I just do that right? I didn't. Crafting with Purpose wants a fat one. Yes, Crafting with Purpose wants a fat one. Gotta watch myself. Okay, and then Inga wants an A. Thank you. Okay, and Terry Quinn wants an A. Need to find some sticky notes. Terry Quinn, thank you. And then after Terry, Cindy says, can I get a light color B? You do have a light color B, Sydney. You do. Okay. After that, Melissa. Sydney, perfect pick. Okay, saw that. Thank you. Neither. Yeah. No, I don't get sick either, but I don't think it is. I really think it's just allergies because it's all right there, like, irritating me. And my eyes are burning. So maybe it's like even smoke or something. I don't know if it could be smoke, but there's something that is just bothering me today. Apologies. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to move to these. If you want boxes of pen nibs, I'm going to kind of sort them like maybe by size or something. I don't know. But let's do these big 3 up here in the front. Dip pens need pen nibs. They all have a pen nib, but inside of these boxes is tons and tons of pen nibs. And so we don't have to use them on our dip pens. They actually make great little pieces to add into junk journals or charms or whatever. You can add it on the cover. They actually have, a lot of them have a little hole somewhere in it where you could hang it from something. Like these ones have a nice hole in them. But there's around 144 in the box for these ones. This box is actually still sealed. It's never been opened. And it has 144 in it. This box is actually still sealed too, and it has never been opened. So we're going to do these. These ones over here, I'm just going to do them as B. It doesn't really matter. This blue box will be A, and those boxes will be B. So, if you want pen nibs, if you want pen nibs, we're going to do these guys. So, they were 40 and 49. I'm just going to make them both 40. It's just going to be easier that way. And they look like, this one looks full and these ones have never been opened. And this one does have a nice front on it. Okay, let's do these. Pen nibs boxes, and they're 40, and there's the go. So you need to tell me A or B, and I have 2 of B. Oops, it jumped. There we go. And crafting with a purpose is going to take a B. Crafting purpose. Thank you. And then Shauna will take a B. Shauna Haskins. Thank you. And then I have no more B's. Marikar, would you like the A? Because that's the only one that's left. Let me know if you don't want that one. That's the only one of those ones I have left. I do have other boxes, but these are the big boxes. Okay. This is actually kind of a big box, but it is smaller than this box. I don't know. Maybe it's not really. Just looks smaller. So there is this one. And this one has teeny tiny little nibs in it. Like very, very small little nibs. Ouch. I just stabbed myself. So very tiny little nibs. I'm sure there is a size, but... And it does look like a full box here too. So these ones would not fit on any of the pins that I just sold because they're such a small little barrel. But I'm sure you can buy whatever you need because they're still making everything. So if you want that box is there, and he will be 40. He is a larger box. This box here, he's pretty much a full big box too. And what he looks like is like this. So he's a normal size one. He'd probably fit on the pens that we just did. And he looks like that. And he looks like about full. He's got a little tarnish, little grunge to him. But these boxes are so dang cute too. So there's those two. This one says it was $40, but this one has gunmetal in it. Little gunmetal nibs. So I'm going to ABC these because these are pretty different. What else is here before I ABC these? This is a sealed box. So it's completely sealed and it has pen nibs in it, probably 144. Yes. And there's a little picture of it. So I will ABC them. This guy's open, but he's similar to this one. And he's full of 144-ish of those. This guy doesn't have 144 in, but he does have some. A good number of them in there. We'll hold him. And this guy also same. So these two down here are not very full. These ones will stick with the 40 for all of those. These ones down here will bump it to 30. Honestly, people just collect the boxes. So we'll bump these ones to 30 and those ones will stay at 40. And then the A. Okay, perfect. Let me get these ABC'd and we'll move on from pen nibs. We'll do some more paper. Paper is my favorite. A and B, and yes, I sniffled. A and B. There's D. And here's C. I think we've done it. I'm going to go ahead and do the E. Hold on just 1 second. There's the E for this one. Hold on. Sorry. When it rains, it pours. And we'll do F for either of these down here at the bottom. They are basically the same. So that's those. Okay. Whew. All right. Friday Night Live will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get these in. Pen nibs boxes. And these ones are $30 and $40. So we'll do 40 and 30. And there's the go. And just ABC them when you choose one. If anyone wants them. There's that. Let's see, we're at 3 hours. I seriously doubt that I'm going to be able to go the full 5 hours tonight, guys. And that's never really happened before. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate it. I'm going to go a little bit longer. We're going to do more paper, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it 5 hours tonight. Okay. So there's Shauna. Thank you. Jenny says any. I appreciate that, Jenny. Jenny D. We'll hold that for just 1 second. Christelle said C. Christelle, perfect. Thank you. Okay, after that, good night, Cindy. Thanks so much for joining. You too, Brenda. I think that's it for pen nibs. I think we did it. So A and B are still available. E is still available. And there's F still available. I'll still be here for a little while. I still have more paper and stuff. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. I don't think it'll be 5 hours today. Let me go ahead and give Jenny one of these. Jenny, do you want to pick, hon? Because those ones are left. Or should I just give you this pink one? It's kind of my favorite. I don't know. I like both of these. I don't know. Jenny, let me know which one you wanted. Okay, let me price these guys for people who come in later. And these ones were the Fs. And he is the E now. Perfect. Those ones stay with me. Jenny says A. Perfect, Jenny. Thank you. Okay. And that left B. And B is now 40. And we've done it. And we have them labeled for watcher later people. Later watcher people. Okay, we're good. Let's move on to some paper. We did some little, I don't know, 3-dimensional Frenchy things. Let's move on to some paper. Let's look at these. I think you guys will like these. So these, my desk getting kind of full over there. These, Crystal, these are kind of what you asked for, right? The school little notebooks. Some are little and some are big. Like this one has a lot of paper in it. So what these are French, like school notebooks. What they're full of is just tons and tons of French calligraphy. It's different. You know, it's definitely schoolwork where the teachers graded it, whatever, but it's tons and tons of French handwriting. This one has different colors of ink in it. This is what they look like. And they're French school books, and some are bigger than others or whatever, but this one has some blank in it. Different covers. This has got a little kitty cat on the front, but nice handwriting. So we're going to do some of these. We'll do these until we're tired of doing them. Then I've got legal documents coming up because legal documents are like a French classic, right? So let's do some of these. Let's go ahead and let's do this big fat green one. This guy is pretty fat. I mean, fat is a lot of pages in him. This one is also very fat. And the rest of these, this guy is about the same fatness as that guy. All right, so we have those 4 to start with. I'm going to flip through them quickly. So I'll ABC them. We'll flip through them. If these go, then we'll do another round. If they don't go, then we will move on and we will do the French legal documents. French legal documents are beautiful handwritten documents, and they usually have like court stamps on them. They're the thing that everyone scans and turns into digitals. So we'll do those next. Okay, let's look at A. Here's A. He's the one with the kitty on the front. Pretty cover, no back cover, just open paper. And he's fat. He's dated 1928, it looks like. Beautiful handwriting, though. This person wrote very nicely. And there's a whole lot of pages. There's A. Here's B. It has a scene on it. Here's the back, the studio. He has a front and back cover. He's dated 1929. Beautiful handwriting. I don't know if this was like a teacher and they collected all these. There's a little blotter in there, and there's a tiny little bit of blank in the back. That's B. Here's C. C has had tape at one point put down his spine, but it didn't last. So he's the fattest of them all, honestly. He has got purple handwriting up here in the front. Belonged to Michelle Martin. Michelle Martin. Blue handwriting, purple handwriting, lovely handwriting. Probably around the same time period, and it's the fattest and fullest. And then we have D. D looks like this. Dated, no date. Beautiful handwriting, probably around the same time period as the other ones. Little bit of blank. It's on graph paper, a little different. So if you want some vintage graph paper to scan, there was some beautiful ones back here. You could just scan that and turn that into a digital vintage graph paper. Okay, so there they are. A, B, C, or D. Good night, Susan. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. So these are French Antique School workbooks. And we're going to do these ones for 60 because they are fat. Okay, so 60. These are the fat ones. I do really, really thin ones for like 25 or 30, depending on what's inside of it. So you're basically paying for pages and pages of French calligraphy handwriting. So that's the go. There we go. And like I said, if they keep selling, I'll pull more out of the pile, but these are the fattest. Sydney says she would like C first, is her first choice. Thank you, Sydney. I just made you another tag. Marikar would be A. Thank you. And oh, Skinny Pete, sorry. A just went. Christelle will take D. Skinny Pete, is there a different one you would like? I have B left. I see nobody for B. So Skinny Pete, if you want B. Sandra Vargas, if you want B. Christelle, if you also want B. But that's what I've got left. B left available. B is fat. He's got lots of pages. He's dated 1929, it looks like. There's a little blotter in it. Christelle said she will take, she said, okay. So Christelle is also going to get that one. I have a couple more sitting here. They're skinnier and different, but we'll see them. Okay, moving on. The next fattest ones, and there's a pile of these. Like a good size pile of these. This guy. This guy. This guy. This guy. This guy. Beautiful colors too. So they're not 60, they're less than 60 because they're a little skinnier. And then this guy. And this guy. And I've got one more that looks like kind of like that one. I'm going by thickness. And an orange one. Does the orange one have anything on it? It does not. And I think we're going to stop there with them. So I would love to do them random, but you guys probably do want to choose your cover. So let me do it where we do 2 rounds of them. Okay, let's do it this way. So these ones all have a very nice fancy cover on them. They're beautiful. Inside, on the back, they've just got table of multiplication. Inside, they're just full of handwriting like the other ones. Different colors of ink, you know. A date is 1931 for these. So I'm going to ABC them so that you can choose your color for this round. Okay. This is pink. This is a teal blue. This is a peachy salmon. This is more of a beigey peach. And this is pink. Okay, so we're going to ABC. If these go, I'll do the next pile. C, D, and E. And we're going to do these ones for 45. Apologies. They're pretty thick. There's definitely, I mean, I have a pile of much skinnier ones. So as you see, there's much skinnier ones. These are pretty thick. The next thickest. Yes, I have seen them, Crystal. I might be able to find you one. Okay, so let's get these in. French. They're going to be 45. French school workbooks. And these ones, the covers are kind of fancy too, which definitely impacts value. So they're 45. And there they go. And just so you know, they all have lovely handwriting. His cover is like slid over. He just needs to be folded back on. I think we looked at the blue one, but maybe we didn't. There we go. We opened them all. They're beautiful. I really like these ones. They have pretty covers. For scanning specifically. Ooh, sorry, Melissa. Okay. Melissa's going to take the E. And we said 45. Thank you, Melissa. Okay. And then after that, Jenny would like E or A. So Jenny's going to get A. You guys are going to have so much French handwriting to play with. And then after Jenny, just one. Okay, perfect. Terry says D. Terry Quinn. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to throw up that thing, the graphic with the email address again, too, just to make sure. Okay, and then Jenny says C. Jenny T. Jenny T. And it's green. C. Thank you. Hopefully I got somewhat of that name spelled right. Okay. Or any but D. You got one, Melissa. And Sandra says B. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okie doke. There's those. I'm going to go ahead and do the next round. If they stay, then we'll move on. If they go, then I'll keep working through my pile down here. So I had that orange one, that pink one, that blue one, and that purple one. And I mean, there's this blue one that has that lovely French label on it. That's about the same thickness. Other than that, that's it. Or what I have. They're either thinner or thicker. Okay, so this round is going to have these ones. This guy's just got a blue cover with, we know we need to scan that, right? That's like so perfect. And then inside. So he is actually covered. It's a book cover. And whatever cover he's got is kind of a mystery. We won't be able to see until you take this cover off. But it's probably one of those fancier covers that we just had, because that's normally what they look like. But he's got a book cover on him. So anyway, that's him. Full of handwriting. Here's the purple one. This is calligraphy. So it's teaching calligraphy. And there's some ephemera tucked in, some drawings, big book of stuff. Okay. Then this one. This one's got some blank in it, but it's a pretty cover, and it says that. Okay, then there's this. This one's got some blank in it. And then there's this. Got some drawing of some flowers. And it's got a date in it that says, this little piece of paper right here is dated 2007. This I know is older than 2007. I'll find a date eventually. But I know this is older than 2007. I can tell. So we've got some bunnies in the back. It's signed. All kinds of colorful things. Some holly, some pears. I just saw some mushrooms. This is a cute one for scanning and turning into a digital. It's got a little bit of everything. I don't know the date. I'm maybe the 60s. I don't know. I don't see it, but I know it's not 2007. Really cute though. That one's pretty. Okay, that's that. It's the same cover as this one. And this one, this one doesn't have a date either. That one doesn't have a date. I don't know, guys. That's the best I can do on that. We're going to ABC them. And let's do these ones. They're all a little different and unique in their own way. I can't get his label in. There we go. Let's do these ones at, I'm going to leave it the same at 45. So anyone who missed out on the previous ones, here's another chance. This might be the last one of these. Exactly, right? Okay, so French school workbooks. And we'll do them at 45. They're the same thickness. Okay, there's that. Jenny's going to take the A one. Jenny, I am a little jealous of you right now because that one is very, very nice. All the drawings. That's going to make a fun digital. Okay, there we go for that one. And it looks like the rest get to stay with me and we get to move on to something else. Let's move on and do documents. Documents are super fun. You guys are going to like them. Thank you guys very much for all your help with the school books. See, they have like little notes where someone was filing them by subject. I think it must have been like a teacher or something had them. Okay. So, document. Let's do documents, she said. So we're going to do documents. Documents. The first round of documents looks like this. Oops, I didn't mean to throw them. The rubber band slipped and then they went everywhere. So these are documents. Sandra Robinson. I'm going to offer that kit one more time right at the very end, which should be probably within the next 30 minutes. So if anyone who is new and did not get on the list for the blue kit earlier, if you want a blue kit, I do have a few left. And when I say a few, like definitely less than 10, I will offer that kit one more time right here at the end of the sale in the next 30 minutes. We're getting close. Okay, so these are French documents. They're large documents. They're super old. You guys can see how old they are. I'm going to measure them. They're a little bit bigger than an A4 size, or around about A4 size. This one has a wax seal right here. It's dated 1811 up there at the top. These are folded French, very, very old, very nice rag paper, handmade kind of paper feeling documents. Sorry. It's really starting to get to me now. I'm going to need to go take some kind of cold medicine or something, I guess. I don't know, allergy medicine maybe. Anyway, this one has Napoleon at the top, a nice tax stamp or a court stamp here, handwritten. They're all 2 pages. Handwriting will vary and stuff like that throughout the pile, but these ones are all shades of ivory. I do have them in colors as well, but right now we're going to do ivory. So that was 1811. This one is 1863 or 43. It looks like this. And it's open inside. There's blank paper, but it's a gorgeous document. Looks like 1843. So these are legal documents, sales of property, marriages. This is 1824. So these would have been filed with the court. And these are the things people scan. And you guys can see why. They're just lovely. 1850. It's a sale of property. This is a much bigger one. This is a different one. Let's do these. I want them all to be the same. 1873, it looks like. And you can see they're, some of them tied together with string, bound. This is a sale, and it's got a couple pages in there. This is a sale, 1813. So this one is super old. It's got a blue tinge to the paper. Robin's egg blue. One snuck in there. A couple of them snuck in there. These are also Robin's egg blue. This one has many pages. This one is 1833. So look at the handwriting. They're just beautiful. There's another one, another one. This one really goes over here. He's later. This is 1853. So I'm separating them by age and thickness. This one has a paper cover on it, tied with blue. This one is 1853. So I'm going to type these in. This one has ephemera in it. I'm going to type these in. This one's a marriage from 1881. So this is a later one. But they're beautiful. Okay? Going to type them in. Okay. So these are antique French documents. We're going to do them for $36. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to do it to $34. I want to be consistent. $34, and then there's the go. Good night, Misty. Thank you for joining. There's the go. Okay, I'm going to make a list for these ones. We'll get through these quick, I'll show that kit again. And I think that's going to be it for today. Maybe, I don't know. There might be one other thing. We'll have to see. Somebody reminded me of something I said I was going to do today. Okay. So I see Marcella for 2 first. Marcella Toth for 2. It's not Napoleon's marriage. The word Napoleon written at the top of the documents, it doesn't pertain to Napoleon other than it was a legal document written during the reign of Napoleon. And then there's Christelle, and Christelle would like 4 of them. Soldier Mom would like 1. Again, just to scan and copy so that you can print it out yourself. Inga would like 1. Marlene would like 1. Skinny Pete would like 1. Sherry Martin would like 1. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Melissa, you and I are going to have a conversation after this. And anyone else offering to scan things for people, we need to have a conversation about that. So Mara Carr would like 1. Sherry Martin would like 1. I am going to offer the kit one last time. Yes. Julie would like 1. Sydney, no, I want those 2 if I can. Sydney, do you want 2 of these? I need help understanding what marriage Napoleon. Oh, no, you cannot choose. They're just random. It's just random, and there is a more pile of them here. So let me know if you want any, if you cannot choose. So that's that. And then Italian papers. I don't have Italian papers at the moment that I can offer in bulk. What I do have is papers from the country of Spain, which are, I know it's different countries, but they're very fancy written like Italian papers. Yep, Soldier Mom. So you want 1. Okay, perfect. And let me fix that. Sydney. So offering to scan things for people that are my customers in my live sale is inappropriate. I still have those things for sale. I'm still actively selling them. So please do not market yourself and your scans and digitals within my social media. Sydney's going to take 1. Time to pack it up. I think so, guys. I'm going to do that kit one last time. Field trip to Italy. Oh my gosh. Good night, Alice. Sleep well. Thank you guys so much for the documents. Okay, let's get that in. There we go. Okay, so let's go through this kit and see how many people were on this list. Light it out of there. Okay, it's okay, Melissa. We can talk. Jenny, I know we can talk. We can talk, guys. It's just getting a little bit too much and out of control, and it needs to just be talked about so we can handle it, and then it'll be fine. So this is the blue kit. So let me get this taken down. There we go. Okay, the blue kit. It starts out with this lace here, and I'm gonna be quick because there's really only a couple left, and probably some of you saw it, but this antique gold colored lace, it's not antique lace, but it's antique gold colored lace. And then this nice large, these are 12 to 13-inch pieces, and this one is beaded, and it's more of like a very light tea dyed color. Excuse me for a second. Now I have a tickle in my throat. Okay, tea dye colored beaded lace. And it's a nice large piece. And the reason why I wanted it is to go down the spine. Even if I did a tall, skinny journal, all of this can be made into tall, skinny form, or it can be made into a standard 9x6 journal. So I gave you a piece, it's tall enough to go down tall, skinny, or it will go down, standard 9x6. Then there's this lovely fabric for the front cover. It is truly like, it definitely has, so you gotta hit the light right. But the lighter shade of it is definitely this tone of these antique blue letters, which is what inspired this whole kit. Sorry. It's getting time. It comes with an antique French postcard. Most of them are written on the back. It comes with a vintage letter. It's 1955. This one I have in my hand. They're all shades of blue letters. And then it's got its original letter inside of it. So envelope and letter. A couple pieces of vintage ephemera. It's a music card and some kind of number game card. And then yours will come as a folio more than likely, but these are from that Florilegium book, one of my favorite books, my favorite book. These are rag paper folios. So you get all these. They're folios, so 2 pages. Handwriting page. This is original French handwriting. This one is blue printed French handwriting. This one is the digital of the ladies in shades of neutral and that blue color. This is a digital of one of those blue invoices that is one of these letters. And then the front and backs of the letters, because there's a project I'm going to do when I build the journal, and I wanted you guys to have these so that you can play along. There's those. Couple sheets copy dyed paper in case you don't have any or you don't want to copy dye your paper or whatever. It's done for you. And then there's this craft sack, which I'll probably put in as a pocket or use as a page maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do some stencil with some texture paste through it. Not sure on that guy yet. Then there's one of these nice big doilies with the flowers. And then there's this newer ephemera, but this is all fun stuff to play with. And I usually do put this in a journal, but of course I make it look old, by the time I'm done with it. But then there's some new tags here, a glassine bag, some other blue tags, blue journal card, music paper. This is one of my digitals that I'm going to use on the inside of the front cover or the inside cover of my journal. This is the construction material to build your journal with, a sheet of cardstock. This is Italian Florentine paper. This is a quarter sheet. And this is a big piece of old antique original French ledger. So that's the kit. It's pretty big. It has a whole big bunch of stuff in it. It's $65. I don't have that many of them left. I know that they're going to be gone after I do this. So let's get this guy put together. We've got this, book pages, some little ephemera, postcard. Oops, he's upside down. And then we've got the fabric. To me, it was all about the fabric this time. Like, I know exactly what I need to do with it. Okay, we're kind of off camera, but there it is. Let me go ahead and get these in. They're 65. We called this French Blue Beauty. There's the go. And so I will count my names one more time to make sure. Okay, let me see here. There's the go. Rebecca would like a kit. Thank you, Rebecca. And Sandra Robinson. Terry Quinn would like 2 kits. If I have them, I don't know that I will have 2, Terry. Let me know if you only want 2, because I don't think I will have 2. Isn't it a good thing for all of us that we have play money? Oh my gosh. All right. So it looks like I just got Rebecca and Sandra Robinson and Terry Quinn. Terry, let me know if one is okay, because that might be all I have, because you were the very last person at that list. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's something going on. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let me go ahead and flip this camera back around so I can say my good nights. And thank you guys all for joining me. I don't know what angle this camera is right now, so we're just gonna get what we're gonna get. Like, I don't know. It might be scary. I might be super close up. I am super close up, and my face is super red and puffy. I kind of feel like I might need to go take some medicine. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I am so sorry that I had to cut it short. First of all, I had tech problems in the beginning. Then I had to cut it short because my nose is just too stuffy and my eyes are just, they're bloodshot and dry like crazy right now. So I'm going to go take care of that. So I apologize. It was not the best live sale tonight. All that stuff behind me, I have tons more French books, rag paper books. I have tons. There are shelves that are nothing other than French antique paper from the 17 and 1800s. There's lace, there's linens, there's all kind of French textiles. There's so much stuff that I will be back next Tuesday with a whole bunch more stuff. Stuff that we didn't see today. I appreciate you guys so very much. So let me roll through the instructions really quick, and it will just kind of help me save. So here's the instructions. If you are here and you purchased, or you think you want to purchase next time, go ahead and send me the email now. My email address is right there on the screen, and it's also in the description box below the video. If you go to the description box, you can copy and paste it. It's inked paper art, the number 1 at gmail.com. I just need first name, last name, who you are on YouTube, and your shipping address. That's all I need from you. And then I will send you an email. I'll send you an email after the sale. It'll take me several days to compile everybody's stuff, get it all situated, get your invoices all situated. Then I will email out your invoices. Once you get your emailed invoice, you just click it and you open it up and you pay it. And it'll say on the invoice, every little item that you bought, the prices. It'll say how much shipping was, because I don't know how much shipping is until I figure out how much stuff you bought, what it weighs, what kind of size box it's got to go in, etc. So that'll be all on your invoice. And then you pay your invoice. It's due when you get the invoice. But like I said, you'll have a couple of days before I get to the invoicing part. So you have a couple days. And then you pay your invoice and everything ships. So I ship to the address that you email me right now, like whatever address you emailed me today, that's where I send your stuff to. I usually send your tracking number at the exact same time that I send your invoice out. I do that because while I'm in there, I have to pack all your stuff to weigh it to figure out your shipping cost. So if I've already got it packed and weighed, I might as well just print your shipping label while I'm in there. So you'll see that you'll get an invoice, and a few seconds either before or after, you get your tracking number. Your package stays with me until it is paid for, and then I release it and USPS takes it, or whatever, FedEx, UPS takes it and delivers it to you. Super large, heavy orders go UPS. Everything else pretty much goes USPS. And they usually deliver, 5 to 10 days, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. It just depends. So that's kind of what happens. My nose is going to run again. It's been super fun. I'm going to have to hand sanitize. I apologize. Whew. I don't know what it was. We were out this morning outside and I was totally fine. So I'm still thinking it's just allergies, because I don't actually feel sick. It's just hard to be on camera with a runny nose. So, and it's not runny like sick either. I think it's allergies, because why else would my eyes be on fire? Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be here Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Craft with Me. Friday's Craft with Me, this is important information. Friday's Craft with Me is all about the cluster. It's all about building your supply box for clusters so that you can make clusters quickly in mass. And then I will walk you through how to set up your box so that you have all your supplies there. I'll go through a huge list of things that you could put in clusters. We'll talk about paper clusters. We'll talk about fabric lacy soft clusters. But Friday's Craft with Me is all about clusters. If you want to participate, you can gather some supplies that you would use for clusters. You can gather a plastic storage box that has little divided sections, whatever you want to keep your supplies in. But Friday, that's what we're going to work on. Friday's Craft with Me. Now, depending on how I feel and how much we get done Friday, it might spill over to Saturday morning. So you might see a live Saturday morning if we need to come back and talk more about clusters or make more or whatever. But anyway, sometimes Craft with Me's are Saturday mornings too. That's the plan for Friday. When you guys get your junk journal kits and it becomes February, we will begin working on those blue French journals. The videos will stay up for 365 every day, so there'll be a new video. If you guys pay attention to the videos that I've made so far, you'll see that I'm already making blue themed ephemera, and it's because I'm making the blue journals. I make 3 journals every time we have a journal kit, and it's because usually it's just how I work. I kind of make things not in mass, but in 3s, and it's also because I want to keep one of these ones. All of my journals have sold. I don't have any of my own journals. So I would like to have this one. This one is one that has been in my head for a long time. I'm sure it is, because it just feels like allergies, right? I don't look good. I look terrible, but it is what it is right now. I'm going to say goodnight and get this thing off the screen. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. There he is. Okay. All right. Let's say goodnight, and I will see you guys in the morning with the video, and I will see you on Friday for Craft with Me. Thank you again for all your help and support tonight. All of you people who answered questions, thank you. Thank you for people who were temporary moderators. Thank you guys for that. And thank you so much for your help clearing out this French inventory. It's fun to bring it in. It's fun to craft with it, but I do have too much of it, and I do need to pass it on to other people who will also enjoy it. So thank you guys for helping me there. I'll see you guys in a video in the morning. Good night. Thank you so much.